Welcome, everyone, to Mackey Stadium, Reno, Nevada. Dave Ryan, Corey Chavis, Desmond Purnell on the sidelines. We're watching Hawaii and Nevada in the Mount West. Late night here, 3rd and goal for Nevada. First drive of the game.
And Nate Cox, they got the 6'9" backup quarterback. We're talking all week about possibly getting him involved. He's up here at the top. 6'9", Dave. Do they have a special play for Cox?
Devontae Lee. The Wild Wolfpack. He stopped. Hawaii, great defense on the first drive, which has been so effective so far for the Wolfpack. Carson Strong is back in, the star quarterback, the junior, Vacaville, California, and the reigning Mount West Offensive Player of the Year. Carson is emotional, Chade. We know that from watching him on tape and seeing him play in years past. He wanted to go for it there on 4th and goal, but Jay Norvell, the head coach, is thinking field goal instead with Brandon Talton.
And I think you have to kind of, you had a good drive. You want to get out of this with some points. That last play was kind of, it really didn't have any chance of succeeding, and he wants to get 3 points.
From 23, Talton is pure. His 11th made field goal of the season. For those of you watching on CBSSports.com, our streaming coverage will conclude after the commercial break, but will continue on CBS Sports Network. You can find us by going to CBSSportsNetwork.com/channel finder. College football on CBS Sports Network is presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Homecoming tonight, Mackey Stadium in Reno. Mountain West football time, Hawaii takes on the Wolfpack. Welcome to the booth here at Mackey Stadium in Reno, Nevada, the biggest little city in the world. And a big Mountain West matchup. Dave and Corey with you, Desmond on the sideline throughout the broadcast as well. Fans in Reno, Chaver, thinking about the school's first ever Mountain West championship.
Yeah, they are. They want more. I think this team feels like they have really kind of gave up a little bit last year in terms of they probably thought they were going to win the Mountain West a year ago, and maybe it's not a year too late, and that's kind of what these fans are hoping for.
Hawaii, well, coming off a huge win 2 weeks ago against then number 18 Fresno State, but the quarterback question remains for the Rainbow Warriors.
It does. It's going to be interesting to see if it's going to be Shager or Cordero. We're going to find out. I think Shager showed them a lot in their last game, which actually was a victory, but it'd be interesting to see if Cordero finds his way back onto the field.
Kickoff after the Brandon Talton short field goal for Nevada. Julian Diaz handles the honors and the left-footed boot through the end zone for a touchback. So it is going to be Braden Shager, true freshman, only 18 years old, from Dallas, Texas. He is less of a runner than Chevin Cordero is. Cordero, the AC joint sprain, Chave, a couple weeks ago against New Mexico State through a pick, tackled the player for the Aggies who had the interception but got hurt. Shager, those are the numbers against Fresno State in Honolulu 2 weeks ago. His feature back, Calvin Turner, player to watch. So is Day-Day Hunter. Got some skill. This is Hunter. First down carry. Breaks a tackle. Here he goes. Day-Day Hunter is on the move for a touchdown. What a start for the Rainbow Warriors on the road. 75 yards.
They like to pull their tackles. Watch number 75, L. Manning. He pulls around, and then it's a missed tackle from the Mike linebacker, Lawson Hall. When you're one-on-one, you're begging to make that tackle. You want it. Me and the running back one-on-one, Hunter says, no way, not me.
Shipley in for the PAT, he's got it. The sophomore from Denver, Colorado. Has 200-yard rushing games Jay this year already. He's off to a good start for a third, isn't he?
Yeah, he's hunting for a third. And when you make the tackle, you got one more down. If you miss it, it is Day-Day touchdown.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. What's your beef? By Verizon. 5G built right. And by Ram Trucks. Motor Trend's Truck of the Year for the 3rd year in a row.
Graceful, patriotic, fantastic landing at midfield. Wow.
as smooth as you.
Man, love that pregame festivity. Day Hunter, 75-yard run, the longest play for a scrimmage this year for the Rainbow Warriors. Coming in at 3-3 and 1-1 in Mountain West play. Bentley Sanders back to receive the kick. This is Bell. And he's dropped outside the 20. Down to Desmond Purnell, field level.
Dave, Nevada's Carson Strong admitted he was not in stride during the first quarter of last week's game against New Mexico State, where he threw that interception on the opening drive. So this week, in a players-only meeting, he spoke to his teammates about starting the week off with the right mindset. He talked about eliminating distractions. Carson was able to bounce back from last week's game against New Mexico State, but he understands they're going to need a much better start tonight against a Hawaii team that's beaten them in their last 2 meetings.
Career best 6 touchdown passes last week, Des, for Carson Strong after that tough start. First and 10 here. Towel the feature back. Good receiving running back, as we told you. And makes the grab. Slides down in front of Darius Lewisau.
I mean, to Desmond's point, that's probably why you saw the emotion on that first drive, him wanting to go for it on 4th down. He wanted 6 out of that first drive, not 3.
Back going fast. Here's Turner on the catch. Such a dangerous weapon. Dropped there by Quentin Frazier, the Spur hybrid linebacker, defensive back player for Hawaii, as we check the Wolfpack starters.
Well, Turner's going to be a big factor tonight. We've already seen it. If he has that knee off the ground, he might have gotten, I don't know, 10, 15 more yards earlier when they hit him on a wide open pass. He's a big player to watch week in and week out for the Pack.
Two. Trying to loft that pass. And find one of his top receivers in Justin Lockhart. Incomplete, overthrown, and Carson Strong took a hit as well. 4th down, punt time for Nevada.
And watch number 7, Zacchaeus McKinney. He's going to get inside, and really, he doesn't make the play. It's actually Corey Bethley who comes over the top, and McKinney comes in late. But Bethley off the edge, McKinney on the inside. And right now, it seems like you've got the offensive line of Nevada having some problems blocking some of the defensive linemen for Hawaii.
Diaz, the punt to Calvin Turner, the dangerous do-everything weapon for Hawaii. In several roles tonight, we saw him pregame taking snaps as a quarterback. At the FCS level, look at this punt from Diaz. It is a bomb. And Nevada's kick coverage unit is there inside the 10. What a punt for the super senior from Lincoln, California. Julian Diaz, 60-yard boot for the Wolfpack. Timeout. Join Nico Cantor for the latest Champions League action as he details match-to-match coverage live on the Galazzo Show, Tuesday and Wednesday at 3 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Hawaii without Chevin Cordero for a 2nd straight game. One of the top quarterbacks in the Mountain West, a dual threat. So what happened? September 25th, Shane, at New Mexico State. This is a win for the Rainbow Warriors against the Aggies. Throws a pick and makes a great play to tackle the Aggie defender who made the interception. Unfortunately, AC joint injury. We were chatting before the game about how painful that can be.
It is. It's one of the more painful injuries you can have because it's not as serious in terms of you'll get back from it.
One play for David Parson.
You'll come back from it, Dave, but it's just the pain is what kind of it really stops you. And this is a really good block inside by number 71, Michael Vanderpool. And that allows Parsons to get to the outside. He delivers punishment to number 8, Joe Jawan Claiborne. And what a run by him early.
The 1-2 punch on the back. Day Hunter long TD run already. And Diedrich Parson lunges ahead for a 1st down. Chain mover, picks up 4. So Parson, the senior from Philadelphia, former All-MEAC player at Howard, a transfer for Todd Graham as we check the offensive starting lineup for Hawaii tonight.
And this offensive line has to get it done tonight. I think they have some advantages in terms of some of their matchups in the run game.
Pass play at Smart has got a catch. Jared Smart on the delivery from Braden Shager. Wolfpack defense tonight.
Well, the mainstay up front is Don Peterson. You're going to get your money's worth whenever you come to watch him play. Now, Lawson Hall, their team captain, has already missed a tackle that resulted in a touchdown. They're going to need a better performance moving forward from him.
Here's Person up the middle, picks up some real estate, keeps the legs churning. Lawson Hall in the middle of that, along with Dayon Henley for Nevada on the tackle, but a really good pickup on first down, giving 6 yards, hard earned for Deidre Person.
Well, Hawaii's winning the battle at the line of scrimmage right now. They're moving Nevada down in and down out. You're talking about 6-7 yards a pop on first down, and that puts you in 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4. That's where you want to be, particularly if you got a freshman in at quarterback.
What a start for Shager to hand off to Hunter for a touchdown on the first play, first possession. Hammond not allowing very much this time from Day Hunter. Good defense up front for Nevada, smothering Day Hunter on the run play.
Well, he gets inside of number 74, Gene Pryor, and that's what he likes to do in terms of some of the movement that they have up front. He's slippery, and that's the thing that, one thing about Hammond, he's all over the place. You see him run down on the punt team, making tackles to save touchdowns. He even blocked a kick in 2018.
Here's a good one. Tristan Nichols there too. 3rd down. Here comes some pressure on Shager, who stands tall in the pocket. There's Phillips, his tight end. That spot looks shy by about half a yard. Caleb Phillips, a couple touchdowns this year, transfer from Stanford. But it's going to be 4th down and short for Hawaii here.
Well, I think they definitely go for this now because of the fact that they've already built this 7-0 lead and the run game in terms of the way your offensive line, and they're going to go ahead and punt it. I'm a little bit surprised that you don't even press the gas pedal a little bit more based on how you've run the ball, Dave, early in this game.
3 for 12 so far this year. On 4th down tries for Todd Grant, year 2 in Honolulu. Shipley punts to Romeo Dubs, one of the top receivers, return men in the nation. And he indicates for makes the fair catch. For the Wolfpack, star quarterback Carson Strong, reigning Mount West Offensive Player of the Year, back on the field next. CBS, one of the all-time greats in Nevada history, our CBS colleague Nathan Burleson. What a career as a Wolfpack player, record-setting receiver, and a buddy of yours in the NFL.
Yeah, but he's my next-door neighbor in Minnesota. I actually made his Nevada highlight film from college.
There were a lot of highlights. That's for sure. Stovall has a catch on first down from Carson Strong. Nevada takes over here, trailing Hawaii in the first quarter. Gain of 5 on first down. Team's second leading receiver, 21 grabs on the year heading in. Nevada out of the pistol, goes fast. Turner has the catch. He's been busy. And upended by Kai Kaneshiro. Junior from Honolulu. Gain of 10, chain mover for Nevada.
The pace can only work if you're completing passes with positive plays. The quick release from Strong.
Toa Tawa carries off left tackle. Picks up maybe half a yard on first down. Second, to talk about the Rainbow Warrior defense, Jay.
Well, you talked to their head coach, Ty Graham. He said he's not a guy he's enjoyed working with more than Corey Bethley. And he's a player that you're going to see all over the field tonight in a variety of roles.
He said football IQ for Bethley off the charts. A future coach, to be sure, when he's done playing in the pros. Thinks he's that good. Go down. Strong. The fake on the screen. And Corey Bethley gets involved. The tackle on Torrey Horton, who's got his first grab of the night. Bethley team captain. Mountain West Defensive Player of the Week a couple weeks ago in that win in Honolulu over Fresno State for good reason. He was everywhere, forcing multiple turnovers. Hainer and the then number 18 ranked Fresno State Bulldogs.
You know why? They're mixing up their looks. That's why you see Strong changing. You see some of the hand signals he's giving to receivers, changing the plays, and he has to call a timeout to avoid the delay of the game. And so, excellent job by Hawaii mixing up their defensive looks.
Timeout on the field. We're back in 30 seconds.
baby.
Up would be the operative word there, pal.
Yeah. All right, have a good day.
If you ride, you get it.
Oh, wow, we're really backed up.
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
First quarter here in Reno, Nevada. It's homecoming. It's 58 degrees. Perfect night for college football at 4,400 feet elevation in Reno. Carson Strong off to a great start tonight. 8 of 9, 66 yards. Wolfpack first drive there was stopped on 1st and goal. Settled for a field goal from Brandon Talton. Off the Jay Norvell timeout. Big 3rd down play here. Strong, tossing, Dubs, catching. Romeo Dubs, 1st down and then some. Into plus territory. Lunges across midfield with a 49 of Hawai'i. Chains move for the Wolfpack.
Well, it's the matchup we wanted to see. He gets the man coverage against Cortez Davis and absolutely turns him around. Davis, he had a decent game according to the coaches last year against Dubs, but that time not in the same area code with Dubs.
So not close, you're saying?
Yeah, well, you can take it. I mean, you got to stay in the same area
That's
code
a good
to
one.
get the
I haven't heard that
bell.
one from you yet. 1st down. Here's Strong. Wants it all. Wants Dubs, who can't make the play. It's broken up and incomplete. The cannon fire is on the far side. The ROTC students thought it might have been a touchdown.
But something you said, Dave, we're going to see him run by. I mean, this is a pretty good bell technique by Davis. He gets a little bit of hand fighting there. Dubs gets away from it and drops the touchdown. And then you talked about those reactions from Carson Strong, and even on that one, he seemed a little bit, hey, I put it right there for you, a little bit upset. This is an excellent shot. It goes off his face mask. And
got to catch that.
And this is a player who's tracked the number of deep balls during his time in school.
Here's 2nd down. Here's Carson Strong again to Turner, his favorite receiver. One of them. And he's got the grab. Today, Pavihi makes the tackle for a wide gain of 5.
And we're back in this 3rd down again. And Ty Graham and his defense, they've been playing some games with Carson Strong, trying to mix up some looks. Are they going to drop 8? Are they going to play man coverage? You see they're mixing some things up front.
Ty Graham, head coach, calls all the defensive sets as the defensive coordinator, really officially for Hawai'i. Jay Norvell calls the offensive plays for Nevada. The head coach is heavily involved. Here's Devontae Lee with a flag down, has the catch. He is wrapped up, and that spot is right at the marker, maybe a little short. Let's check out the call.
But Dewan Matthews, his helmet came off, number 2, and he's leaving the field. I don't know if that was indicative of what was going on, but near his area of the field.
Personal foul, chop block, offense, number 55 and number 67. 15-yard penalty enforced in the previous spot, 3rd down.
Right in that area, you got number 55 Orsini and number 67 Davis. And that's a classic chop block. They got all of that one, unfortunately, and for them. And now you're in this long yardage situation. I'm thinking screen. But with Strong's arm, you can never discount maybe taking a shot, but I'm sure Hawai'i is going to get back and try to make them throw it in front of them on 3rd down, and what is it, 20? Yeah, so a screen, get out of the down, basically get out of this possession, safe.
Nevada, 41% this year, 3rd down conversions. It's along with a 3rd and 20 for the Wolfpack. Strong faces some pressure. The heat cranks up, and he throws it away. Over his sideline. And took a hit as well. Ulu providing the pressure enough to force Strong to throw that away.
Well, Ulu has been an active player all year. He started the year off with 2 sacks against UCLA. Watch him close. And Strong, he kind of buckled there as Laulu hit him. And Laulu he's a talented player. I think there's some inconsistencies from him a little bit when you watch him on film, but overall he's long. And they missed him when he didn't play against Oregon State this past year.
Junior from Las Vegas. Coaches say potential to be their best edge pass rusher. Punts. Calvin Turner Jr. He is dangerous. Throw back for Hawai'i. Looking for some room on the punt return.
That's one of
Take
the
a look at the AP Top 10, Corey, powered by Ram Trucks. Oh, my Hawkeyes, Corey. What happened at Kinnick today? Blitzed by Purdue 24-7. Cincinnati's going to move up, Jade. That's the highest ranking in school history. They're going to be number 2 this week.
Well, I think you told me what happened in the Iowa game. You told me David Bell, who actually you announced his first ever career game right here in this stadium.
Right here.
And he's a tremendous talent, a budding star in the Big Ten. He's already a star, first team All Big Ten a year ago. What did you say he had, 240 yards?
240 plus today. Yeah, just crushed the Hawks.
You lose games when you give up 240 to one guy.
Yeah, so the unbeaten's falls today at home. Right back on the field offensively as Brayden Shager, the true freshman from Dallas, stays on the field.
Timer, please reset the game clock to 1:35. 1:35.
Aaron out of Eugene, Oregon is our referee tonight, Mountain West crew. And he's talking his defense. Feels his team, he told us this week, Jay, playing his best football of the season. The off week always helps in the middle of the Mountain West schedule. Jager hands that off really late, and Nevada just sniffed that out and read it perfectly. And it's a loss. Day Hunter, when he had the football, had defenders directly in his grill, led by Sam Hammond.
Well, this is one of the things. It's a little delayed draw. They run this from time to time, and Hammond says no way. He gets right past Al Manning and gets into the backfield. And we've already seen him penetrate inside of a tackle. On the other side, Gene Pryor. He can't waste it down against this defense.
Loss of 6. You have a true freshman response here on 2nd and long. Shager throws. Smart's got the catch. Moving on. Claiborne's got him. Jared Smart wears number 23.
It's an excellent throw. And this is kind of what they wanted out of him. Be decisive, because that's what he was the first start, even though he missed a bunch of passes. And Smart, you're waiting for him, Dave, to get back to the 2019 form. Over 1,100 yards receiving in 2019. Certainly a little bit of a different system than with McDonald at quarterback, but here on this 3rd down, he's also an option.
We'll talk about Jared Smart and his number and his dad tonight, okay? 3rd down to Syracuse State. Shager in some trouble. And Day Hunter, intended receiver, grabs that on a bounce. Really good pressure provided again. Cameron Toomer, defensive end, the senior from Vegas, was all over the freshman QB.
Well, this is a situation where right about now you've got a crossing route, throw it. He holds it, and who's he throwing it to? And I guess they said if somebody was in the area, it's pretty good coverage. I probably would have taken the crossing route and made them make the tackle.
2 punts blocked this year. One against San Jose State, one against UCLA. Romeo Dubs, out of Real State, elects for and makes the fair catch at about the 16. A little confusion there, maybe on me. Fair catch call. For his head coach, Jay Norvell, year 5, leading this program, told us yesterday, you either complement each other to win. When the defense makes a big play, the offense scores, and vice versa. He wants to play physical, hard, fearless football. And thinks right now this Nevada program is pointed in the best direction it's been since he's taken over. White, year 2. Todd Grant, Honolulu, tells us this week as we talk about his team playing its best football of the season. Really tough early schedule. On the road, a bad loss to UCLA, played better at Oregon State, but he said, hey, those 2 Pac-12 road games helped build us up for a very challenging Mountain West season. Offense back in the field here for Nevada.
This looks like 5 wide receivers from Nevada, but it's not. There's a 5 wide receiver look, but it's really
Nevada has called their 2nd charge timeout of the half.
3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 running back. They put a running back in the slot, number 25, Avery Morrow, and then they have Cole Turner, their tight end, outside. And this is what I'm talking about. This is their running back right here, and that's Avery Morrow. They got Cole Turner outside. So what ends up happening is you create a matchup inside with Romeo Dubs. And so who's going to cover him? You see what Hawaii does? They put their best cover guy, number 18, Davis, inside now, playing out of position because of that alignment. So it's a lot of things going on with, you see these alignments and you see these people and you say, okay, well, where is everybody at? Sometimes they'll take their top receiver and put him all the way in the slot and put the running back outside of him. Those are the types of things to challenge defenses.
Just love it. Great observation. Chess match, but only one timeout for Jay Norvell left here in the first half. He's used 2 play stoppages early. The final moments of our first quarter here, and a beautiful night for college football here in Reno, Nevada. For his Wolfpack. It's a great first drive. He sputtered a bit offensively. White. Hands off to Watawa. Runs into trouble and runs over a couple of tacklers. To wrap up the first quarter, it's a 7-3 Hawaii lead over the Wolfpack. 1 quarter complete, 3 to come. Here from Mackey Stadium in Reno. Second quarter is on the way. It's homecoming at Nevada. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Six-game home win streak. Some White fans are here as well. For the home team, they won 12 or 14. One of those losses, though, Shane, to Hawaii 2 years ago. 54-3 in the stadium. Rainbow Warriors put a pounding on the Wolfpack. And yes, as we check the first quarter numbers, Graham in the lead.
Well, look at those rush yards. You got 85 to 44. You keep that up, you're going to be on your way to a victory.
Here's Strong starting the second quarter. Turner's got the catch. Over the middle with Beckley on coverage, but not good enough to match up with a 6'6" Cole Turner. What a talent. What a target.
Well, for Strong, the key is to get the ball up and down. Get it up and then down over in front of the safeties and over the linebackers. Excellent throw.
Get a 28. NFL throw, right?
Absolutely.
Strong, flushed, throws on the move. Devontae Lee, intended receiver, it's broken up. Frazier, 23 tackles this year, had a career best 9 against Fresno State a couple weeks back in Honolulu. We saw Day-Day Hunter a moment ago on the Oxygen. We're at 4,400 feet. Hawaii, the long trip, every trip, school record, 7 road games this year. 5,100 miles of flying to get here. It's tough to adjust, right?
Yeah, I think we always check it out. At least I know you run too.
Not like you.
But it's a little bit thinner.
On second down, powers through traffic and gets into plus territory.
It's like Kozlowski down. He ran 3.5 miles before I even got up.
Darius Millicell had the tackle game by game. So here we go, 51-80 to get here. Already rode games this year. Dubs has the catch, slant. Dubs almost took it to the house. Stopped at the last moment by Kai Kaneshiro of Hawaii, but hang on, there is a flag down. Nevada's going fast here.
They got everybody off the field.
Substitution infraction on the defense. That penalty is declined.
Correct, sir.
The result of the play is a first down.
25-yard gain for Nevada.
And I think Dubs, you had to drop touchdown. And we're going to see them trying to get off the field. You got a couple of players trying to get off the field. Strong says, hey, I'm playing football. Go ahead and run the slant, Dubs. You don't want to get off the field. We're still playing. We're snapping it. And Dubs gets 25.
Down, Strong, so many weapons. Stands tall in the pocket, goes through progressions for Turner. Over the middle, it's incomplete. With a star, Corey Beckley, the safety on coverage, coming off a 2-interception game against Fresno State.
Well, you got Beckley with nobody there. This split safety coverage, which means he has to handle him all alone. Pretty good job by him. But you're talking about 6'6" versus what, 5'9", 5'10"? I'm taking that matchup all night. You're going to continue to run that coverage and isolate Beckley against Turner in that part of the field. I know he had an interception a couple of weeks ago against Fresno in that same part of the field, but I'm going back at that matchup again later.
Here's second down. Here's Strong. Throws fast. First down again for Nevada. Chains on the move. Lockhart's got the grab. Justin Lockhart keeps the chains moving for Nevada. And that's Red Zone being brought to you by Verizon. They're the numbers so far, but it's all about touchdowns, Chave, in the red zone, right?
No question. If we come down here, if you're defensively, you're thinking if we can hold you to 3, that's a win for us. And so the first time they were down in this part of the field, Hawaii won.
Here's first down. Here's Toa. Bounces off a tackler, runs over a couple others. And a good pickup on first down for the leading rusher for Nevada. Picks up 5.
You got to want to tackle Tower. We're talking to Desmond Purnell, our sideline. He loves watching him play because you watch his low center of gravity and how he actually makes people miss in short areas. He runs tough.
Here's second down. 210 pounds of power. Toa, end zone touchdown, Nevada. They can't tackle him. That's the whole problem. First touchdown of the night on homecoming for the home team. Toa is in.
A little bit of a theme, the right side, Aaron Frost. And then you got Gray Davis doing a really good job of blocking. And then you also got a pretty good block by Tyler Orsini on that play. He cuts off of it. Watch the vision. I mean, just the contact balance from Tower. It's hard to live up to what his brother did, but he's doing his best.
Brother Vi, record-setting running back, now an assistant coach on the staff with younger brother Toa has got the making it rain bucks. We've got confetti in the air here, Chip. It's a celebration on homecoming here in Reno. Toa, touchdown for the home team. Wolfpack has a lead. Nevada offensive coordinator Matt Mumme, Corey, in our Zoom call with him this week, couldn't say enough good things about Toa. He just ran for his 19th career rushing touchdown, got 21 total TDs, couple receptions as well. What a talent he's been. Mountain West Freshman of the Year a couple years back, first ever Nevada postseason award in program history. He's just kept on trucking for the Wolfpack, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's been a very good career for him. And I think anytime when you're that unselfish, when you are a runner who ran for over all the yards he ran for early in his career, and now you're splitting carries with other guys, and still being the energy, it hasn't changed. And that has probably a lot to do with his running back brother coach by Tower.
Julian Diaz kicks off. Calvin Turner, he's the weapon for Hawaii. Ventures out and is pushed out of bounds. Shy of the 20. All right, so we're talking the break a moment ago, Chave, about the true freshman quarterback, the Hawaii offense sputtering a bit after the great start with a long touchdown run from Day Hunter.
You got to make a decision on what you're going to do tonight. Is it going to be we're going to have stay in the run game, stay patient with the run game, which means we're going to pull some offensive linemen, which is one of our staples. At least it was against Fresno. Or are you going to take some shots down the field with Shager? I think that's really where they're kind of stuck in between right now. Let's find out where they go on this drive.
Chevin Kugaro, injured, shoulder, not 100%. Day Hunter, look out! Second big run. Day Hunter trying to run away from the Wolfpack defenders again. He's going to do it. Touchdown Hawaii, his second of the night. No one can stop Day tonight here in Reno. 81 yards.
So here they go. They pull the offensive lineman. And that's exactly what we expected. Good block by Manning up front. You got another good block by Aliki Tanuvasa. And then he's off to the races. And now can anybody catch him? And nobody can. A.J. King tries to get him, but by that time, Day says my way.
Second and third. Touchdown runs over here. Both. Long rushing plays for Hawaii. Attack on PAT, Matthew Shipley. Day is on the move. Look at him go. From 75, from 81. He is gone. Out of here. Touchdown, Rainbow Warriors. Second-year Hawaii coach Todd Graham has seen his running back, Day Hunter, the sophomore from Denver, who was a state high school player of the year in Colorado. Then senior year went to Phoenix for high school to wrap up his high school career. He was the state player of the year in Arizona. Twice, 2 states, 2 years. Big numbers tonight. A career best, 149 yards already.
Yeah, that team that he was on at Chandler High School finished 9th nationally. 33 touchdowns that senior year.
Touchback.
Right down the street from where I used to live at. I mean, Day Hunter is a decisive runner. That's why you need the oxygen. And right here, it's one-on-one with Joe Jawan Claiborne. He outruns it. Outruns the angle of Claiborne. And he says no doubt about it. And then this time, right up the middle, no angles were going to stop him. You see A.J. King with a very good effort, but again, Hunter showing the finishing speed. And those numbers, 4 rushes for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns, a top-notch receiver would like those numbers for a game.
Drawing the offense back in the field. Toa on first down. It's right tackle. And then Pavigi, the Mike middle linebacker for the Rainbow Warriors at the stop. 3rd game this year. 100 plus for Dede Hunter. He's just been fantastic tonight. 127 in the last game for Hawaii against Fresno State in Honolulu. He had 3 career touchdowns entering the game tonight, 2 already in the first half. Had a total of 2 last year, 1 each against Wyoming and UNLV. What a night for Dede. Wow.
He's young, too.
Right.
We like
a lot of time in the first half. Here's draw. Has time. Benson Heat comes. Gets that pass off. Stovall's got the catch. And a first down for Nevada. Big pickup. Not a dangerous weapon. Ron Stovall for Nevada.
Watch the touch. He just floats it, and it gives him an opportunity to make Ford miss in the open field. Ooh, what a move. And that was almost similar to that move he made last week when he took it to the house.
Nevada goes fast, play fake to Toa. Here's Strong, some pressure. Trying to get away and cannot. Down he goes. Sacked on the play, Jonah Laulu, the defensive end who's been in the backfield a couple times tonight for the Rainbow Warriors.
Well, when he gets back there, he's like a praying mantis. That's how long he is, 6'6". And look at those arms. I'll reach and get by Frost. And that's what you like about him. He doesn't necessarily have to always win. If you're just in the area, and then he can make a play, and that's what he's kind of done. It's similar to some of the games he's had this year.
Praying mantis? First time I heard you say that's fantastic. Love the description. Devontae Lee has the catch. Evades a tackle. And Lee keeps on trucking north-south. And does get to the 45, trying to get back to that original line of scrimmage. Darius Muasau.
You kind of like a praying mantis. You're going through these boards up here all over.
You got to reach, you got to move, tentacles.
Right.
Well, that's a great description of Laulu, who's so long and tough to block, clearly.
Now they got him at 3rd down and 14 again.
Strong. Lots of time. Now flush. Laulu is there again. That high throw. Dubs is incomplete. He nails that pass. Would have been a first down if the 2 could have connected. Nevada with the crowd quieted by Dede Hunter's runs. Got a punt.
Look at the quick jam by Davis. That quick jam is because you got a safety over the top. So when you have the safety over the top, Solo Turner, now I can go up in your face, aggressively jam. I'm not worried about missing the jam. I don't have deep responsibility. That's the way you have to change up your techniques. If your coach is changing up the coverage, go along with it.
Turner transferred Jacksonville University, FCS. He was quarterback. All for Hawaii. You mean everything. He's playing traffic. Was that touched? Hang on a minute. Indicated for the fair catch. It is called Nevada football. You cannot advance a muff, but Nevada's going to take over on that play. Calvin Turner Jr. Trouble on the return, and it's going to be Wolfpack ball on a short field. Let's check it out.
Well, he was actually telling his guy, he's right here, he's calling Peter. Right about here, Peter. It's a little too late, and that time, and it hits off the back.
Ruling on the field is that the ball was legally touched by a receiving team player, recovered by the kicking team player. It'll be first down, Nevada at the 19.
Yeah, I think he made that Peter call, which is telling your coverage guys, the guys blocking for you, to get out of the way. He made it a little bit too late, and it went off his left arm. And at that point, he knew it, and that's why he went and tried to get the ball.
James Phillips, sorry, the other number 3 for Hawaii.
No, you're right. It was,
Nelson. Okay,
yeah,
Nelson,
he blocks for him on that.
Yep.
So, but again, you have to make that call and anticipate. If you're not going to attack that punt as a punt returner, you got to make that call earlier in terms of when you make the Peter call. That's the only thing they're waiting to hear, and then he would have gotten away from it.
Wow.
this will be reviewed. Great look from our crew here in Reno. It looked like that certainly did touch Hugh Nelson, who is the starting corner, and on a lot of the Hawaii special teams.
I thought our crew had a really good shot up, and this is another good shot. Right now he
here?
calls fair catch, but you can't call Peter now. You should have been calling it before. That way Nelson goes to the side. He runs to the sideline. You know, I've been in that position on both sides of it, returning and blocking. I need the call. And by the time he gets it, it hits off. It definitely hit off of him, and that's going to be Nevada football.
Georgia transfer Hugh Nelson from Powder Springs, Georgia.
And
team high 2 picks. He's had a great year for him.
Man, he is big. On the field before the game, he looked like he could play maybe linebacker.
Yeah. 6'2", 205. You're right. He was impressive in warm-ups, wasn't he?
No doubt about it. But so that's a mistake on. We talked about the return game being an important factor tonight. That's a mistake that goes the other way when you're thinking Hawaii needs to win in the return game tonight. They just lose a possession. And how important are possessions in this game? When last year, both teams had the same amount of possessions. Now Nevada steals a possession because you don't make the Peter call.
Daniel Grigiak recovered that muffed kick. Well, he just hits off and cannot advance it. So from that spot, it'll be 1st and 10. And officially from the 19-yard line, this is under review. Called a fumble on the field by our officiating crew. In Reno, a Mountain West crew led by referee Steve Barron. Let's get the call.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It will be Nevada ball, first down on the 19-yard line.
What a break for Jado Avell and the Wolfpack. Game changer.
Now you wonder whether or not Nevada comes out and says we're going to take a shot on the first play. Change of possession. We're already in the red zone.
Lockhart to his left. Romeo Dubs, his speedster, to his right. And Toatawa behind him. Lots of toys, lots of weapons for Carson Strong. First down on the short field. Toatawa the cut. So tough to stop. Blessman Ta'ala, senior from American Samoa, makes the play, gain of 4 for Toatawa. 34 starts entering the season for Ta'ala. Really good defensive lineman for the Rainbow Warriors. Toatawa tries the right side, powers forward, and shot a first down by about a yard or so, gets to the 10.
And they're running off this right side, and this is a bad angle that time by Pavihi. He tries to go back door.
3rd and 1, Toatawa, end zone, touchdown Nevada. His 2nd touchdown run of the night. Fire the cannons. Confetti in the booth again, sure. It's everywhere.
Right. And this right side is where everything is going on in terms of the action. Pretty good block that time by Cole Turner, number 19. I think that they have really found something running behind the right side of their offensive line. Hawaii has to make an adjustment.
2nd team all Mountain West a year ago. Talent, caught in, got the PAT. Ran for 130 a year ago against Hawaii in Honolulu. In a win for the Rainbow Warriors. Nelson, the trouble on the punt return. Toatawa takes advantage. Touchdown, Nevada. Hugh Nelson and the Hawaii team trying to get some oxygen. They're at 4,400 feet after the long trip from Honolulu and catch their breath a bit. Toatawa has scored not once but twice. And Matt Mummy telling us yesterday, Jay, lights up a room with that smile we see right there. He's lighting up Hawaii's defense tonight too.
And he's running behind this right side. Now this time he cuts back, and that's the vision and then the contact balance. And he's built low to the ground, has enough burst. He's quick, and he's got good vision. And I think vision is often underrated. You know, how quickly can you find those openings? And for Tawa, it's a piece of cake.
Now the Mountain West in rushing last year, abbreviated schedule, 675 yards. Through the end zone for a touchback. Back down to Desmond.
Dave, Brayden Shager, he comes from the winningest high school program in Texas, Highland Park. He had to wait his turn, did not start until his senior year, but he's been preparing for moments like tonight all his life. At the age of 8, he began practicing quarterback drills with former Dallas Cowboy quarterbacks Babe Loffenberg, Jason Garrett, and Hall of Famer Troy Aikman. So that's why no one here on the UA sideline was surprised to see him lead this team to that upset victory over Fresno State in his first ever collegiate start.
He's something, no question. Day Hunter's been something too, Desmond, with a nice first down run. As Calvin Turner, the Wild Rainbow Warriors, tough to Wildcat and get into the longer team nicknames, but I'm always going to go Wild Rainbow Warrior, the direct snap. And Brayden Shager's back in the field. Gain of 8. Quite a background for Shager, as Desmond. This Dallas guy knows about that. Pretty cool. Toss the ball around Troy Aikman. Not bad. Hunter has been incredible tonight. First down and then some. Big pickup one more time. Jordan Lee shoves about out of bounds with a violent defensive play, but not before the chains move for Hawaii. And what a game for Hunter. It continues here.
This time, this is another a good cut. And he outruns the angle that time of Dayon Henry, who's probably one of their more athletic linebackers. Came into school as kind of a wide receiver, defensive back. He outruns him to the corner that time.
That's good at 14. Shager. Hunter on the screen pass. This time enveloped quickly. And right on cue, Dayon Henley, the senior from Los Angeles, read it and denied Day Hunter to gain 1.
Yeah, you talk to their defensive coordinator, and Brian Ward says the game is getting slower and slower for Henley. And that last play was an example. Why? You're kind of trying to fool him. You're doing something misdirection. He runs it down effortlessly.
12 tackles, Mexico State here last week. Team best. Whistles, flags. You get Parson back in as the feature back for Hawaii. So plenty of movement at the line of scrimmage. Let's check it out.
False start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
It's El Manning, senior from Glendale, Arizona, the Phoenix area.
What a technician Manning is. So it's disappointing to see that false start. That was a look right there at Brian Ward. And he's like, yeah, give me the false start, Manning. Because Ward understands really just how to attack an offense. He understood how this game would be won. Now, you don't want to give up 2 explosive runs. But if he can get him into these pass-first situations, I think he can let his guys get loose.
Penalty, second and 14. Shager, play fake. Has his man. It's Turner. Calvin Turner. We told you how dangerous he can be. Still on his feet. Lunges ahead and gets to the 20-yard line of Nevada. This guy is a major weapon for Hawaii. Big pickup and a first down.
That's somewhat of a wheel route. Now watch the touch. You just heard Desmond talk about those lessons from Aikman paying off. Because that's the type of pass, if you've got a wide open layup, as we always call it, Dave, you got to hit that guy in stride, and he does just that to Turner.
Turner has 32 catches this year to lead Hawaii. He plays some quarterback, he plays some running back, he's everywhere, gain of 37. Edric Parson on first down. Runs into Jordan Lee and shoves him backwards, but Parson keeps on trucking. And does pick up a couple on the first down run for Hawaii.
Well, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania native. No, he's going to keep on trucking and be pretty tough. And he is a tough running back. He's a good changeup, I think,
for sure,
to Hunter.
4 carries, 89 yards, a touchdown, a road win in Las Cruces against New Mexico State. Both these teams have played the Aggies. Hawaii plays them a second time at the Ching Athletic Complex on campus in Honolulu.
These are a lot of crossing routes you get from these cut splits.
Here's second down. Turner stays busy. Picks up a first down. This guy is something else. JoJo Claiborne has a stop for Nevada defensively, but it's a first down for the Rainbow Warriors. First and goal here.
Watch the decision by Shager. He's got somebody in his face, it's Nichols. And he says, no, I'm going to get rid of the ball quickly and on time. Turner finds a soft spot in the zone, and he gets it to him immediately so he can get some yards after the catch. This is the first drive we've seen Shager get into a rhythm, and now Turner's back here, I think what you call it a wild rainbow.
Wild Rainbow Warrior, why not? First and goal, direct snap, Turner navigates, makes a cut, heads north-south, and eventually is swamped and sent backwards. Lawson Hall in the middle of that mix. defensively, the linebacker for the Wolfpack.
That was a good job by Hall, staying patient. Whenever you got Turner in the backfield, you understand he's going to try to delay a little bit to kind of set you up. And that's what he was trying to do, but Hall said, I'm not having it. Where's Nick Martiner? The big red zone type player. You haven't seen him much tonight over at the top of the screen. 6'6".
Todd Graham sprinting downfield, gets the official's attention just in time for a timeout for Hawaii. First play stoppage, first half for Coach Graham and the Rainbow Warriors.
Hawaii has called their first charge timeout of the half.
We talked about Calvin Turner, senior from Savannah, Georgia, the transfer from Jacksonville U, FCS level, where he was an All-American at that level of college football. The program disbanded, so he went to Hawaii, played for Todd Graham. Good move, but it's worked out so well in his second year there. And his folks have made the long trip from Georgia to Reno. Not as long as going to Honolulu, and there are no fans allowed right now. Anyway, there they are. Ramona and Calvin are here to watch their son play. It's just awesome.
And they should be proud. And just what he's done last year. And what a job he did in the bowl game. He had the play of the bowl game that kind of turned the momentum. And it was a return. And that's what he is. He's a momentum changer, and they're waving. They're happy to be represented by a kid like Turner, who is just a multifaceted, as you've described all night, playmaker.
3 touchdowns. That road loss Pac-12 team, Oregon State in Corvallis, 2 on the ground, 1 receiving, does it all.
But what about a throw? I mean, I've seen him throw it as well.
Yeah.
And so
Quarterback before.
Absolutely.
Second and goal. A wild rainbow set. Hang on. Got some movement. Got flags from all directions. And penalty coming.
False start. Offense number 31. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Dietrich Parson, the running back, moving early right into the student section. The Nevada players turn around and say, let's go. Get loud.
He's starting to lean a little bit, and he almost runs into Hunter, who's coming in motion. But now they go back to Shager. They've got, really, you've got Martiner down here at the bottom. Now, he's one-on-one. I think that's against King, a taller corner. Does he take the matchup?
Let's find out. Second out, Day Hunter thinking about a third touchdown. He's upended. Bradford there, big stop defensively.
They said he would play a lot more. When you talk to Brian Ward, said we trust him a lot. He started here a year ago in 2020. An assignment sound player, doesn't make a lot of mistakes. On third down, again, we haven't seen Martiner much. And also a guy that I liked a couple years ago, Jared Smart. I think he's somebody that you got to look at tonight.
Timeout, Hawaii, and the student section responds by making some noise here in Reno. Big play, 3rd and goal. Crucial in our first half here tonight. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. Brent Stover, Kevin Carter, Tiki Barber will catch you up on an exciting day of college football. I'll say exciting. Wow, Iowa loses at home to Purdue. Blasted by the Boilers at Kinnick Stadium. Alabama back in the win column.
What about Florida LSU, man?
That was an incredible game.
that was
wild
something
shootout.
Else.
Wild shootout.
LSU says we're not going away.
You said it last week, Jave, in our MAC game at Toledo. You believe Cincinnati, yes, will be a serious candidate for the college football playoff this year. Be the first non-Power 5 team to make it in the history of the playoff. I mean, were they ever good? Again, UCF just got absolutely smoked today.
And Jerome Ford, to me, when you talk about a guy who's now entering the Heisman discussion as a running back, Jerome Ford,
Ooh, I like
he
that.
actually is probably the most explosive player on Cincinnati's offense.
That's a good take. Beat UCF 56-21 today. 3rd and goal off the timeout.
And they got some late substitutions now. They've got Phillips coming into the game. They're trying to get him in the game. They've got Turner down here at the bottom of the screen going up against King.
3rd and goal. Jager, pressure from Nichols. Hang on, whistles first. And Hawaii called timeout just before the play clock was about to expire.
Hawaii has taken their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Wow.
30-second timeout.
All right.
Now, we got 4 minutes and 52 seconds to go, and you don't score here.
Reset the game clock
And
to
now
4:56.
Nevada gets the ball back. Remember, they only got one timeout left too. I know you had to take it right here, but you didn't even have Nick Martin on the field. That's a little bit surprising to me. And you can kind of see some of the problems you have when Cordero is not on the field in terms of the management part of the offense.
You saw Bo Graham, Todd's son, offensive coordinator, sprinting upfield to make sure they got the timeout. So they've used the 3 timeouts. One play run here, trying to get their ducks in a row.
And give this student section some credit. This student
They've been
section,
rocking.
I mean, the times we've been here, they've been a factor. And there they go again. And this is something he's going to have to deal with. And that's the home field advantage aspect that you didn't have a year ago.
Play of the night so far here. Turner direct snap. Here's Calvin Turner. Former quarterback in trouble, stopped. Not this time. Tristan Nichols in pursuit, a loss of 1. He's one of the top defensive players in the Mountain West.
Well, he's trying to get it to Martin back here. And then here's Nichols. He's coming back. And he said, no way, I'm going to stay contained. And he gets him on the ground. And that's not easy. But they were trying to get Martin on a crossing route. And that was a pretty good block that time by Foley Shaw. He knocked somebody down. But Nichols said, you're going to have to settle for 3.
Here comes Shipley from 28. And he's got it just inside the right upright for Matthew Shipley, sophomore from Liberty Hill, Texas. He's made 7 straight now for Todd Graham in Hawaii. Tie game tonight in Reno.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy, by the Sonic Grilled Cheeseburger, for a limited time, only at Sonic, and by Midas, open since 1956.
2 weeks ago, Hawaii won in Honolulu on homecoming. 4th straight homecoming win for the Rainbow Warrior program. Now trying to spoil Nevada's homecoming here tonight. Great crowd, perfect night for football. Youngsters ready to go. Love the helmet, the outfit, prepared for anything, right? Here comes a return for Nevada. Bell. Good run back. Gets out to the 25, back down to Desmond.
Coach Todd Graham not happy with his defense. He's urging them to quickly look over to the sidelines to get the call. Coach Graham said his defense is moving too slowly. They're not lining up correctly. He said we have to adjust to their fast-paced tempo.
Coaching them up, Des. Head coach as the defensive coordinator. The yellow wristband there. All the signals come all through levels, right? Defensive line linebackers in the secondary from Todd Graham. Here's Lee on first down. Makes a really nice move. Right around Hugh Nelson with that cut. And picks up some extra real estate for Nevada on first down.
Nice jump cut. Right here. Side step. You want to talk about lateral flexibility.
Ankle breaker. Wow. Second at it, 2. We got a pick up from Lee, and carries on second down, runs into trouble, and then he's buried, and down he goes. Matthews, defensive end, team's 3rd leading tackler, first to get to him, and it's a loss for the Wolfpack.
And Nevada's been committed to this run game. And even though if they can get a 3rd down, they pick it up right here. They understand that Hawaii doesn't have any timeouts. And this could be a back-breaking drive because the score is tied. They understand, and they also understand Hawaii gets the ball first in the second half.
69 rushing yards last week in that blowout win over New Mexico State. Carson Strong and company faces pressure here. Dubs wasn't ready for it, and it's incomplete. Cortez Davis, the corner. A matchup we've been keeping an eye on all night for Hawaii was there. Punt time, Nevada.
Well, they're bringing pressure. It's man-to-man coverage. Dubs, can you win one-on-one? No. Davis says, you're not going to win against me. You might have beaten me early and dropped the touchdown, but you're not going to win on this third down.
Punt. Son of Troy. Louisiana Tech. Wide receiver, played in the NFL. Returns here, and it's not a good kick from Diaz. Off the side of his foot. That's going to give Hawaii some pretty good field position. Here comes the official. You never know when he's going to stop. Still going to about the 42 of Hawaii. Great field position to start this drive.
He had a directional left shank against Kansas State on his second punt. That's not the first time we've seen him have some of those. This time it can cost him, though. With 3 minutes to go in the half, here we go. He's trying to directionally punt this to his left. And he's just going to catch it off the side of his foot. Yeah. He kind of short-legged that he knew it right away.
Yard punt.
Season, though.
Averages 44 yards, a boot, no question. Not that time, unfortunately, for Nevada. Hawaii offense back on the field. Going to take a shot. Here's Martin for the first time to target. That ball is short. And it's incomplete. Jordan Lee in coverage there with Nick Martiner on the throw from Shager. It's incomplete.
Well, you got to put more air under it. I mean, this is an opportunity. You can see Lee's coming back towards it. That means he's playing bottom up. As a safety, you want to play top down. That means you want to be deeper than deep as the deepest and come down to the throw. That time he was trying to catch up to the throw. Got to put more air under that ball if you're Shager to get it over top of the low-hanging safety.
Second and 10 for Hawaii. Parson feature back. No timeouts left in this first half. There is Parson up the middle and runs into some trouble there. Quite a few Nevada tacklers, including Lamin Toure, senior, Mission Hills, California, with some heavy contact.
You wanted to run there because you want to at least have some of this time go off and maybe force them to use a timeout. It's about, this is an important decision here. Do you run it here or are you going to throw it? Because if you throw it and it's incomplete, they still have a timeout left, and you give them the ball back to pretty much end the half.
Turner split out to the right. And his freshman quarterback, Braden Shager, 18 years old, out of Dallas, in a big moment. Here comes the pressure. Shager enveloped by blue jerseys. And down he goes. Dom Peterson first to get to him. The senior with another sack. He's got 4.5 on the year. He's something. 3 technique.
Nevada has taken their third and final timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Timeout call.
See the emotion by Peterson, and they got around Gene Pryor, the right tackle. And that's the surprise that Brian Ward was talking about. Peterson back at defensive end going against Pryor. And he comes off the end, and you see him, he just goes right up underneath Pryor, who I think he's a really good football player. The anchor, which is the ability to drop down and handle stronger rushers. Can you stop Peterson from eating? You see him rubbing the belly, I'm eating. And he is one heck of a player.
Got a good meal.
And the thing about Peterson now, he started at defensive end as a freshman. So he is not out of the norm to put him outside. Excellent job late in the half by Brian Ward. Game planning prior, it results in a sack.
As energetic a player as Nevada has. Had a great chat with him this week. Pressure. Shipley, punt block. Third time this year. Griziak trying to get a hand on it. It's grabbed by Hawaii in traffic. Bethley has it, but not nearly enough real estate for the Hawaii first down. Special teams coming through for Nevada on the block kick. And on a short field, the Wolfpack take over with 1:48 to go in the first half. Cole Turner at 6'6", making an impact.
Watch where it comes from, inside. It's the same place that UCLA hit them in the first game of the season, right up inside of the A gap. And there's Turner says, I'll take that. And the tip, he was so excited. And Bethley, the personal protector, he blocks number 14, Torrey Horton. That leaves the opening for Turner.
First the sack from Peterson, and then Turner, the star wide receiver / tight end hybrid. What a talent he is. Block punt Special teams, Corey. Short field, Strong, first down. And unable to grab that, Justin Lockhart on a low pass. Frazier on coverage.
And that wasn't a good throw. No. Especially when you're now in this 2-minute mode. It's about 1:44 to go in the half. You see the numbers, 20 out of 29. Unbelievable efficiency during this portion of the half.
That's impressive. There's Turner on the grab. Bethely's got him. Bethely start offensive back, but inside the 30 to about the 28. Sets up third down. The clock is rolling and no timeouts remaining for either side here. Gain of 7.
He can run the offense from the line of scrimmage. That's what makes him different at the collegiate level. Now you see him coming up to check. He's making sure that everybody gets the signal all the way out to his slot receiver. Very good communicator in the pre-snap.
Total command of this Nevada offense. Big third down play. Strong. Pressure again. Flushed right. Strong gives himself some time. Then throws on the move. Turner can't bring this one in. Incomplete with Kai Kaneshiro on coverage for Hawaii.
Now you talk about NFL, that's what you're going to have to be able to do at the NFL. When you're off platform, watch it rolling right here. Now I think he can throw pretty good rolling to his right or left, but this is an inaccurate throw. A little bit too high. He didn't put it in a bad spot, only his receiver could catch it, but now you got a field goal attempt. That would have been a first down. Those are the types of throws the NFL is also grading, and here's Talton with this range.
47 career field goals. This from 45 with under a minute to go in the first half. Got another one. Adds to his total. What a career it's been for Brandon Talton. We called his first ever game in this stadium 2 years ago. Late August victory over Purdue in the Big Ten. Hit from 56 yards with a buzzer beater. The play-by-play guy, that'd be me, might have gone a little berserk then. It was just a cool moment. I mean, wow.
Well, you were going berserk about what he does before the snap.
It's unusual, isn't it? Right. The crouch, the little squat, the
jump. You asked the coaches about it this week.
It's his unique style, Jay Norvell told us about. Let's go back to 2019. It's the season opener against Big Ten foe Purdue. He was a walk-on at the time. And afterwards, oh yeah, from 56, the student section goes nuts. He got the game ball, and he also got a scholarship after beating Purdue. That's how you earn your scholarship.
Yeah, that was pretty cool for real. You don't get an opportunity to earn it on the field a lot in terms of actually during a game. Sometimes guys earn their scholarships just by how they practice. He won a game to get his.
Longest ever field goal by a Mountain West freshman in league history. Pretty cool. Diaz boots that to the end zone for a touchback. 55 seconds to go here in our first half, and no timeouts for the Rainbow Warriors.
But I think you got to be aggressive. I know you're saying, okay, well, let's just get in the half. We get the ball first. You can't take that mentality. They've stolen a possession, remember? You muffed the punt. So that muffed punt gave them an extra possession. You got to get that possession back here at the end of the first half. Aggressiveness, pushing the ball down the field.
Dede Hunter, career best, 171 yards rushing in the first half here. He's broken 2 long runs. Harris here on first down. Breaks a tackle again. Hunter adds to the total. Dayon Henley catches up with him, along with JoJo Claiborne.
It's valuable time now. It's going to elapse. I mean, I think when you decide to do that run on first down, you better have a play right now. He should already be snapping it. In this operation, you're trying to get Hunter off the field. You're bringing Parson on. I just think that's 20 seconds that was just wasted. You got to take advantage at the end of this half.
Dedrick Parson in as the feature back. Jager, the play fake, sideline route. Turner, intercepted. Dayon Henley read it, jumps and picks it. With 16 seconds to go in the first half, sudden change. Wolfpack get it back.
It was Sam Hammond, number 98. And that's really what it comes down to. Hammond, he's pointing at his elbow. You can see the excitement. And Hammond's coming inside of El Manning, who I think is a pretty good tackle. And watch what he does. He knocks him right there on it. And Hammond has really had a good first half. And that's what causes the errant throw Excellent job by Henley finishing it off.
Second pick of the year, also had one in that huge Nevada win in Boise on the blue turf against the Broncos. So 16 seconds, no timeouts, but we know Talton's got the range. We've seen that. Strong trying to get him in range. Turner has the catch. 11 seconds. Strong clocks it. We're at 9 seconds. Hang on a second. Flags fly. Things get rough after the whistle.
And Aaron Frost, him and Corey Bethley were going at it.
This is a really big call.
Well, it could take you right out of field goal range.
In or out of field goal range, depending on who it's against, right?
After the play, we have fouls on both teams. Unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 67. Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 5. Those penalties will offset. That is the first unsportsmanlike conduct foul on both players. It'll be second down.
Offsetting penalties. We saw Day Hunter leave early. He's shaking up on that last run for Hawaii before the interception. Let's check it out here. Bethley. Blitz.
I tell you what, that was pretty good timing.
It sure was.
I mean, you talk about having a feel
the
for the
union,
game.
as they call the offensive line here, the union. They didn't like that, did they? Look at all the guys. They were all over. They were all over.
Ray Davis said, "Hey, we're not going to paint those type of clouds."
Second down. Stovall has the catch. Nelson bumps him out of bounds.
Well, there you go.
We know he's in range.
Yeah.
It's a gain of 7. It's right back out there. 4 field goals Chase started against Boise State a couple weeks back.
Yeah, but this is about him practicing this before the game. He was practicing from this hash, and I thought he was pretty successful. He's had a lot of success from the right hash, but this is where that game-winning kick came from a couple years ago.
There's the jump, there's the squat. This from 41. His third of the night. Not this time, though. Missed it wide left. A rare miss for Brandon Talton, the junior from Vacaville, California. Same hometown, different high school as Carson Strong. But that's a big miss. And we're at halftime. 2017, Nevada leads by 3. Great game on the Mountain West. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Wolfpack by field goal, the Rainbow Warriors tonight, late night in the Mountain West Conference. Back in Reno, let's check the Midas first half stats. Corey, break it down for us.
Well, you can see that the run game for Hawaii has been tremendous. Tower and that Nevada run game also got going, but an incredible first half for Day Hunter and an epic performance.
Welcome back, Dave and Corey. Back down to Desmond field level in a moment. So Carson Strong throws for 209. It's a good first half for the Nevada star quarterback, but Day Hunter and Toa Taua take over the game with 4 total rushing touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah, and I thought Strong managed the game very well. He did a really good job, I felt like, of understanding when to make the correct checks. Sometimes they give him that freedom within this offense. Some of the runs that they had were a result of him making good checks at the line of scrimmage. He runs the game sometimes from the line of scrimmage. Day Hunter, though, this is where you talk about running. This is running away when you're at the line of scrimmage, and King couldn't even catch him. And the thing about him in this first half, it was just how explosive he was in the open field. Taua a little bit different. You see the balance, running over somebody, then the vision, the quickness. He's built low to the ground. Very good football player.
Underway in half number 2. That kick from Diaz through the end zone for a touchback. Let's go back down to Desmond.
Dave, Nevada head coach Jay Norvell told me they have to clean up some things defensively. They have to tackle better. Hawaii's run game has really hurt them. He also said expect more tempo in the second half offensively. As for Hawaii head football coach Todd Graham, his message was simple. He said we have to take care of the football. 13 points off of turnovers, unacceptable.
You know, the Rainbow Warrior head coach Des. Emphatic about that in the first half.
Well, it's a defensive head coach. You're not going to want to turn the ball over.
Dedrick Parson, first down. Carry. That carries some Nevada tacklers for a good run. Play from scrimmage in our second half tonight. Hope you brewed a pot of coffee. Chave and I have got a little Java going here. Late night in the Mount West, and what a game between these two teams. 25th all-time meeting between Nevada and Hawaii. Old WAC rivals now head-to-head in the Mountain West. Jaeger, the freshman quarterback, only 18 years old, hands to Dietrich Parson, who has the corner. Deion Henley has him and drives him out of bounds. Aggressive tackle right at the marker. Looks like he's got enough. First down.
Look at some of these possessions for Hawaii. The interesting part, 5 plays past midfield, only 5, and they have 17 points. On the other side, Nevada had 24 plays past midfield. So a little bit of a contrast, the results nearly the same.
First down. Jaeger, some heat, sideline route, intercepted. And Nevada takes over. The Wolfpack on the pick, Lawson Hall. Second INT of the night. And Nevada in business beginning the third quarter.
That's now 3 turnovers, and if you're Nevada, this is what you want. If you got a freshman quarterback, and Hall, he says, guess what? You're gonna try to throw the wheel route. I'm gonna run with it up the sidelines and make the play. Don't try to beat me on the wheel route. I believe that was Bentley Sanders coming in, number 20 on the pressure. And what a job it was Sanders, and Shake was like, can't believe it.
Hawaii forcing 16 turnovers, third best in the FBS entering play tonight, but the turnover machine has been Nevada this evening. Draw, pressure from the outside, down he goes. Felt the heat. Matthews was there. And so was Zacchaeus McKinney, the Oklahoma transfer, with a big play and a sack.
And they're gonna come off the edge just against Frost. And that's a very good move by McKinney. He does a good job of really just kind of posting him up and then gets underneath. Posts his arms upward. It's kind of like a punch, stab, and rip move that gets around Frost. And as good of a player as Frost is, he has some problems at times in pass protection.
Lawson 9 on the sack. Toa carries on second down. Trying to get back to that original line of scrimmage. Picks up about 5 for Nevada, coming off that huge first half with the 2 touchdown runs.
And what do you do right here, Dave? It's third down and 14. Are you aggressive, or do you sit back in zone and let Strong try to find something in the seams of the field? And that's what would worry me if I played zone here on 3rd and long. And he's up here, he's seeing something, communicating to the receivers, but the middle of the field, they got to make sure they cover that part here.
3rd and long. Pressure. Turner, sticks route, has the grab. Bethley in coverage. First down. Cole Turner, tremendous grab and a better throw from Carson Strong.
And once again, it's another slot receiver. And watch him, he's going against Bethley one-on-one. And not bad coverage by Bethley. Decent route, better route.
Gain 16, first down. Toa powers through traffic. First down run, about a yard or so. For the Nevada aggressive and physical running back, senior from California. Another one of the team leaders. Coaches tell us he always has a smile on his face. Positivity constantly from Toa. That's just, it radiates, Jay, right? You spread that energy around.
Especially when you run for 2 touchdowns.
That's right. Even more to be happy about.
That's what it radiates.
Pressure on a blitz. Turner has another catch, stays busy tonight. He's had himself a game. Quentin Frazier has the stop. And the chains move again, says Cole Turner, the 6'6" receiver for Nevada, first down.
Well, he's in the slot again, the number 2 slot. I mean, this has been a focus, and a good job outside blocking by Horton, but they've definitely been working the slot. That's something when we talked to them, they thought they would do.
Nevada goes fast. Here Devontae Lee with Tala out of the game, trying to power through traffic again, and runs right into Jonah Laulu. 4.5 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks and fumble recovery entering play here tonight. Junior from Vegas. Turner, 8 catches, 108 yards tonight.
And for as successful as Nevada's been throwing the ball on first down this season, they've been nearly as successful on second down.
Here's Drawn. Here's progressions. Time, then the pressure on the sideline. Incomplete there to Turner this time.
They get him cupped up in the pocket. He slides a little bit to the left. He sees Turner working away, and that's pretty good coverage that time by Quentin Frazier. Now, do you go back to man coverage one more time, or do you change it up? Some of the mistakes that they were able to force Jake Haener into for Fresno State came when they dropped 8 into coverage. It looks like they're going to play some man coverage on this down. The big, strong sees it unless they're disguising.
Short field, third down. Drawn, takes a shot. Dobbs, end zone, touchdown, Nevada. Romeo Dobbs. Fire the cannon. 28 yards.
This is actually a combination zone and man. And so they've got man in some spots and zone in the other. Davis is in man. And he's got the responsibility vertically of Dobbs. Dobbs out-muscles him for the score.
Talton has got the PAT for Nevada. Dobbs tied for the team lead. Catches, didn't play against New Mexico State here last week. Jamie's playing tonight, looking good.
It's all about money. And when you're looking for money, go to Dobbs. He'll give you it and more.
All right, Corey, moments ago, Carson Strong, Romeo Dobbs hooking up.
Well, it's all about being able to read through coverage. Down here you have cover 2. You got one safety coming over the top. Over here you got quarters coverage. You're going to have some zone defenders here. So how do you find the man matchup right here? He does an excellent job of it. He reads through it. He sees how they're playing off the coverage, and it's man on the outside. Not easy to decipher. Todd Graham does a really good job of disguising that coverage. He found the one-on-one matchup when it was a combination of man and zone coverage. Excellent job by Carson Strong with his vision.
Diaz kicks off. Hawai'i will not return that for a touchback. Back down to Dez.
Dave, prior to every game, you can catch Wolfpack head coach Jay Norvell stretching, doing push-ups, going through the full pregame warm-up with his players. He told us yesterday he just likes being around them. This week, he took the time out to take his players to see the new James Bond movie. He told us giving his players time is one of the best ways he can show them he is invested in them as people, not just as athletes, Dave.
Great report. He was quite a player at the University of Iowa. All Big Ten defensive back, had quite a few picks. He was bummed. We saw him before the game. Iowa's performance against Purdue at Kinnick Stadium.
Well, yeah, 7 interceptions back in '85.
It's quite a year. Turner first down run there for Hawai'i. All right, Jay, so we're talking about this in the break. Now, you've got a true freshman quarterback, Braden Shager, in the game. He's got to turn this game around right now. You're down 10, suddenly it's 2 scores. You've been within striking distance or ahead all game. You got to keep your defense off the field, give them a rest, right?
You do, and I think there's some other players that you're going to have to get involved off of this running game.
Turner on the reception. Lawson Hall, JoJo Claiborne all make the play.
Trevor Cordero on the sidelines. Not a lot he can do other than give Shager some advice when he comes off the field. And he's got to be into the game and kind of seeing what they're doing. This is third down and short. You've seen them go to the screen game tonight. They've attacked a little bit down the field. We haven't seen it much. Martin not on the field right now. They're 6'6" top receiver. You kind of wonder, do they go back to the run game right here?
Cordero out for a second straight game. AC joint injury. Shager on the sprint right, throws. And the reception, Camuella Borden has got his first target and first catch. That is a big third down conversion for the Rainbow Warriors.
And it's a pretty good throw because he's on the move and it's a dangerous throw. I mean, close to Claiborne being able to say, I can come back and take this. You throw him back across your body, Claiborne almost thought he had it.
Gain of 10, much needed yards for Hawaii. And a chain mover. First third down conversion of the night for the visitors. Play fake. Mardner lost it. One of the top targets for Hawaii in plus territory on a dangerous looking play that was nearly picked by Nevada, incomplete.
Well, he won inside versus King, and you got to be able to make that catch. You haven't gotten a lot of opportunities tonight. Quick release, puts it right on you. A little bit low, but you got to come down and catch it. And King says, I'll take it if you don't want it.
Sure. A couple picks tonight. 2 turnovers, Nevada. Jager sprint left this time. Facing some pressure. Down he goes. Jack Powers was all over him. And that's when you flex to celebrate that play for Nevada's defense.
Yeah, he's somebody that, you know, you watch him, even against Kansas State, he got beat, and then on the next play, he posted a tackle for loss. He just won't stop. Look at him. He's like, no, you're not getting away from me. I don't even get as many reps as everybody else. When I get mine, I'm going to take advantage. And Powers, that's pretty cool. Great shot. The emotion. Now third down and long. Are you going to, the decision-making has not been great from Shager here in the second half. Do you just run a screen and get out of the down?
3-man rush, but some pressure. Here's Shager on the move, throws on the run, and connects. Much needed. Zion Bowens, Zibo, had his first target, first catch of the night. So the tight end Borden, and then Bowens, first targets involved in the offense, gained 20.
They're running some crossing routes around the field, and then Bowens finds the soft spot and he hits it. It's an excellent throw on the, you have to move it up a little bit by Shager.
Number Shager threw 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns in Honolulu, beat then 18th-ranked Fresno State. Carson carries on first down and is spun to the turf at about the 39. So yes, Shager was 11 of 27 in his debut for Todd Graham in that win against Fresno State. But when it mattered most, he had some big throws.
He did. Well, he had a lot of other throws in the game that could have gone either way. He really challenged down the field. He stood in the pocket. And that was the thing that he definitely has a mentality. He's going to wait for it to come over down the field.
That's right. Shager, Turner, involved again. Another first down. Does everything for this Hawaii offense.
This drive has some rhythm to it. That time they get him out in the flats. You saw it started losing a little bit on the last couple of plays, and then they got it back together on the third down. Anytime you can get him in space against a guy like Bradford, advantage Turner.
Gain of 9, first down. Does it all well except the victory formation.
Oh my goodness.
That was a little scary for Hawaii fans. Phillips has the catch on the sideline. Caleb Phillips, a Stanford transfer. It's upended by Verdell Robbins' corner for Nevada, but this Hawaii offense, Corey, clearly settling down.
Yeah, and you know, the thing about Phillips, they've tried to get him involved in certain intervals during the year. They even throw some shovel passes from time to time. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get him even more involved on this drive.
Across the motion man, fake the jet sweep. Shager, here comes the heat. Lost right. A true freshman to pump. That throws on the move. Deidre Carson closest to it. That's incomplete.
That was a good decision, but watch the coverage in the back end. I mean, you want to talk about clamping up and kind of creating some type of umbrella. These guys back here, and watch how they cover this up. There's nobody open. And so when you scramble, you're hoping in this situation that somebody's going to try to uncover for you, but nobody can. And that was a smart decision by Shager.
They go down to the short field. Deidre Carson makes a cut, lunges forward, and does have enough. Leading real estate, chain mover again for Hawaii. This effective drive continues. Chewing up some clock. They're at elevation, giving the defense a chance to take a breather down 2 scores.
And Cole Levi inside the center, 6'6", 250 pounds. We haven't talked about it much tonight, but he had a really good game, I thought, against Fresno State. They went right behind him on that last third down.
Turner, the motion man. Sprint right. Shager for Turner. He grabs it. Steps out of bounds. A nice pickup on first down again for Hawaii.
And again, this drive, this is a little sprint out. Martin actually runs over. Looks like he might have even been close to being out of bounds on that catch. But pick up 3, and again, I think there is some rhythm to this drive. And now they've got Turner in the slot. They've actually got Phillips aligned outside. So they may be trying to find some matchups. Then they're going to have Bradford try to cover or make an adjustment to Turner.
And off Turner. Halfback option. Going to throw for Martin. Red zone. Can't bring it in. Incomplete. A.J. King on coverage. Broke it up. Good play drawn up by Bo Graham, the Hawaii offensive coordinator.
Last week, King had an opportunity to pick one off in the end zone. Look at him get his head around. That's an excellent job by King. He's probably the longest of these Nevada corners, and he gets right through the pocket of Martin, who's a bigger receiver. You like to see Martin try to get up over top of him. He couldn't.
Third down. Over the middle. Intercepted again. Nevada does it one more time. Another pick for the Wolfpack. Sudden change. Trevor Price. And Shager and Hawaii Chave come up empty. INT. Big play for Nevada. All right, question is, did Trevor Price, the redshirt senior from Round Rock, Texas, have an interception a moment ago? Huge play. Let's check it out, Jay.
I think these are some really good shots by our crew, and this is probably the best one. Watch it move a little bit right there before it hits the ground and move slightly. Was it enough, though, to overturn it? I don't know. I don't know if there's enough definitive evidence to overturn the call on the field, but certainly there was enough there to take another look at it. I'll tell you that.
Nevada had 2 picks on the year entering play here tonight. We've got 3 of this game. Aquan Stovall has a catch, breaks a tackle. Finally wrapped up and thrown out of bounds. Eugene Ford has the play. Gain of 16, and they're celebrating with the, well, sometimes they got the robe there. Is that the robe? That looks like a towel. They get the Wolfpack Bucks too, right? They make it rain on big plays. Stovall stays busy, has another catch, breaks another tackle. Stovall hurdles a tackler too. Wow, what a play. Over Kai Kaneshiro. Athleticism, gain of 13, another first down. There is a Rainbow Warrior player shaking off.
Officials
Look
timeout.
at these moves. I mean, they haven't been able to tackle him all night. Hawi'i can't get to him. Now you got people trying to shoulder block tackle him. I think that was Kaneshiro. And he says, no way. And that is an incredible picture. I know he's hoping somebody got a shot of that on the sidelines. And that was beautiful.
Stovall, amazing effort. Benet Hawi'i shaken up for Hawaii. From Pago Pago, American Samoa, Benet Hawi'i, one of the top tacklers, defensive players for Todd Graham and Hawaii, shaken up Chave a moment ago.
Yeah, he's trying to get the Stovall, and that's never an easy task. And you can see him reach. It looks like he might have come down a little bit awkwardly, but got to replace him. Now, you're talking about a guy that's your middle linebacker, has been productive for quite some time. And it's not going to be easy to replace. They're probably going to come in with Tufunga, number 17.
This first down. Avery Morrow gets carried, totes the rock, runs north-south and picks up a nice bit of real estate past the 40-yard line. Dede Hunter, we're told, is out for the game, by the way, for Hawaii, so more bad news. A shoulder injury suffered at the end of the first half. and done for the night. Second down. Strong sets his feet, and that one does not reach Romeo Dubs.
A little surprised at some of the out routes. Have had a couple now that have come up short on Strong, and those are normally routes. I mean, you can see him from the far hash sometimes, you know, make those passes. He has a very strong arm, no pun intended, but I think that tonight a couple have come up a little bit short on him.
Emotional. I asked Jay Norvell about that yesterday. Head coach of Nevada, sometimes it's too much. And he said no. The receivers, no.
Do they blitz him here on 3rd down and 5?
How much it means to Strong. Here's 3rd down. Here's the catch. Justin Lockhart, the read of the blitz, picked up perfectly by Nevada's blocking scheme. Lockhart and company pick up 15, gain and a 1st down.
They bring a 5-man pressure. You'll see 5 coming, which is going to be man with the free safety back.
Wolfpack goes fast on 1st down. Strong wants it all for Dubs. The deep ball broken up at the last second and incomplete. Aikane Shiro was there in coverage. Step for step with a speedy Romeo Dubs.
That was a great job by Kaneshiro. Now, this post route, this is his best route. Watch how he gets to stride. He kind of runs away from Davis. But Kaneshiro says, no way. Actually, again, another off the face mask. That really wasn't Kaneshiro. That's off of his face mask. Another drop, touchdown from Dubs.
Should have had it. Good throw, you're right. Second attempt. So Ottawa feature back, play fake to him. Elquan Stovall has another catch. Again, try to leap over Bethley. Will have none of that. Boy, Bethley, tremendous athlete for Hawaii's defense, rising literally to the occasion.
Don't try to jump over Bethley. You gotta know your opponent. Not me. I'm going to. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that throws his body around? That's the last person you want to jump over.
Confrontation that way. Here's 3rd down. Here's Turner. Another big pickup. Eugene Ford drops him. 9-4. The Wolfpack on the move again. 1st down.
How many times has he thrown inside to basically hitting the slot machine, the slot receiver, all night long? That's where he threw the 1 touchdown outside the Dubs, but they've really worked inside. They knew they'd have some matchups in between the numbers, and Strong has been pretty efficient, particularly throwing the turn.
1st down for Strong. Sideline route. Little back shoulder. Turner again. Flag comes in late. Really late. Cortez Davis, corner for Hawaii on coverage. Thought he had the 6'6" receiver blanketed well enough.
It's a tough matchup. About 5'10", 5'11". One of the better corners in the league, according to their entire staff.
Pass interference, defense number 18. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Tossling outside. Really good placement that time by Strong.
Should have had it. It's a good throw.
Yeah, he's made some very good throws. That's a tough catch, though. You got to keep your body inbounds. You're trying to get 2 feet down or a foot down, and you're twisting, especially when you're 6'6". So you don't want to take that for granted. But not sure about the call. I thought it was incidental hand contact from both parties involved.
Sets up 1st and goal. Here's Toatawa. Got 2 touchdown runs already. Thinking about a 3rd. Nice cut. Inside the 5. Picks up 2.
You got a
3-yard line. Our Verizon red zone shape tonight.
Yeah, you got to find a way to get another field goal. I mean, that's really the game. You don't want them to go up 2 scores. Now, and again, really more 3 scores. I guess you could say 2 scores if you talk about the 2-point conversion, but you still be down 1. I don't know. I think this is definitely where you got to force a field goal.
Strong throws, turn, spins. Can't bring it in this time. Kaneshiro. Really good coverage with Hugh Nelson as well. Corner of the end zone there for Hawaii.
Yeah, if you want a bigger corner against Turner, this is just a guy. Like we said, we saw him on the field, Dave, before in the pregame. He can match him. This is like a power forward against a center. And then Kaneshiro says, I'm definitely not going to let you finish that catch. sure I want to go back to a run in this situation. They're thinking pass. They're spread out a little bit. Give Lee an opportunity.
Instead, pass play, Turner there, but overthrown by Carson Strong, who took a shot and he let that pass go. Here's to our roommates. Strong can't believe he missed his buddy on that one.
I think he's going to get his chance to go for it this time. The last time they were in the red zone early in the game, they went for the field goal. Now is going to be the opportunity to go for it on fourth down. They're going to probably keep it in his hands. I think he's going to go for it on fourth down. And we got to locate Turner. That's been his guy all night long. He's up here at the top of the screen.
Big play, 4th and goal. Here's Strong, end zone, touchdown! Torrey Horton's got it. And the Wolfpack back on the board tonight.
They come with some pressure, and it leaves Bethley one-on-one. I just don't think that's a good matchup for them. As good as he is as a football player, in man coverage, you can see how quickly Horton beats him off the line of scrimmage. That's not really his strength. If you can get him isolated in man, take advantage.
PAT for Tulp. The interception gave Carson Strong and Nevada the ball back. Jay, but they take advantage.
Well, Strong makes all the right decisions. If he's dealing cards, he's always giving you the winning hand. And right now, Strong has the batter up by 17.
Nevada pulling away here, 3rd quarter on Mountain West rival Hawaii, beating the Wolfpack 2 straight, 34-17 here. Let's see who's doing some of the dirty work in tonight's game. Brought to you by Coyote Tractor. Cole Turner, Chave, having a night.
It's been tremendous. The length over the middle of the field, that against Frazier. And you can just see he has a calm in the middle of the field. And then on special teams, I can do that as well. It's been a complete performance from Turner. And the coaches, they're chest bumping with them. Strong probably wants to as well.
11 catches, 151 yards. The block punt he has been omnipresent for Nevada tonight. Diaz kicks that through the end zone. And no chance for a Turner return. Thursday night, 7:30 Eastern. Don't miss a college football doubleheader. Starting with a Conference USA clash between FAU and Charlotte. Then an 11 Mountain West matchup. San Jose State visits UNLV right here on CBS Sports Network. What a game. Mountain West Jay before our show here from Vegas. Utah State pulled out a game against the Rebels to keep them winless, but they put up a great fight tonight.
I think UNLV has had a couple of games this year where they played teams very tough, down to the wire. Who can forget the Fresno game?
Turner on 1st down. Remember, no Day Hunter out for the game for Hawaii. Good pickup here. Calvin Turner, nice stiff arm at the end of the run. Gets aggressive with A.J. King. Hawaii needs a good drive and a finish after the interception the last time out from Trevor Price. Gain of 7. Feed Turner again. Makes his cut, moves left, pushes the pile ahead, and does have a Hawaii 1st down. Talking one of the breaks, Jay, tonight about Day Hunter, the 2 long touchdown runs. We know he's out for the game tonight. If you're Hawaii on the ground, you can't rely on the home run ball, right?
No, you can't. And the thing that Turner brings to the table, he's more of a changeup. Like, obviously, when he's in the game, I actually think he's probably their best goal line runner. When they put him in some of those formations where you call it like the wild rainbow warrior, he's very good when they pull their guards of getting low. But he's not really a game breaker per se as a runner. Probably more of a game breaker as a returner.
We need someone on some game-breaking plays. Screen is set up, nearly broken up, nearly picked, bounced around, and falls incomplete on a wild play that was intended for Turner. Hit a few bodies on the way to the turf.
And Nevada's not going to give you some of the shots that you got last week against Fresno or 2 weeks ago against Fresno. You see they're playing a lot more zone. They want to see the ball in front of them and come up and rally to it. And right now, they're going to probably play some more zone again. It's 2nd down and 10. They're going to make you drive the field patiently as an offense.
Parson in motion. Turner elevates, sideline, makes a nice grab. Really good catch for Lawson Hall. Drop back and covers linebacker for Nevada. It's a gain of 11, first down.
And that's the ball skills that you want to see 2 feet down. Bentley Sanders really just couldn't get there, but it was good touch that time from Shager. Maybe a throw that can get him going.
First down, play fake, pressure comes off the edge. Little miscommunication there, perhaps. True Edwards, son of Troy, 98 Biletnikoff Award winner, nation's best wide receiver at Louisiana Tech.
And again, you can kind of see what they're doing in the back end. They're playing some zone, and they're kind of letting some guys, you know, they're just keeping everything in front of them. It's going to be, he's going to have some patience and take some of the underneath routes to move the ball down the field.
Turner in motion. Turner receives. Calvin Turner looks for the edge and some real estate. Bentley Sanders had a hold of him, and eventually he comes back to clean him up. Along with Lawson Hall, it's a gain of 4 for Hawaii in the final moments of our fading third quarter clock here from Reno.
Kind of seeing Martin kind of get out of the picture. You've been talking a lot more about True Edwards getting some playing time now. They're even bringing in Nashigaya into the game. He's a pretty quick slot receiver, number 27. Let's see if they get him involved.
Turner limped off there, we saw a moment ago. Here comes some pressure. Jager throws. And right on cue, Nashigaya, the freshman from Oahu, has his first catch of the game.
He's pretty quick. You know, I thought he had a chance on a fade against Fresno to score, or at least catch a fade. But
end of the quarter, 34-17. Nevada looks good at home on homecoming. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Sights and sounds, very happy. Mackey Stadium here at the Nevada campus in Reno on homecoming 2021 as we start the fourth. Day Hunter, 2-touchdown night, but done for the night as we talked about a shoulder injury for number 0 for Rainbow Warriors. Boy, was he fantastic with 174 rushing yards in the first half. Amazing. Jevin Cordero comes into the game to begin the fourth and punts.
That's the second time punting this year, and this is about field position and believing that your defense can get a stop, because if you don't stop them here, we're talking about possessions. There's not a lot of possessions left in this game.
All right, let's take a look at the Carvana game summary. Corey, break it down for us.
Well, I mean, we just did. The bottom line is that you're running out of possessions, and part of it is because Nevada's been 8 out of 15 on third down, and the other part is they really, you wanted to make them a little bit one-dimensional. They ran the ball pretty good in the first half. Even if you wanted to make them one-dimensional, that one dimension is 332 yards passing.
Fourth possession, fourth quarter. Play fake, Toa Tala, strong on the move, throws that one away. Cole Turner, closest receiver to him. Sets up second and 10. The confetti continues to fly. It's like snow falling here. Very unique experience with the Wolfpack Bucks to make it. Look, I mean, it's everywhere.
It is, and I think that's got to be the same approach that Hawaii has to have on defense. Now, you can't be worried about giving up something over the top. If they're going to still pass the ball, at this time, you're going to take advantage and blitz.
Screen pass, Toa Tala gathers. Juan Matthews couldn't bring him in, and eventually wrapped up and sent down by Quentin Frazier.
I really don't think Matt Mundy cares much about anything but staying aggressive. And that's one of the things that is a staple of an air raid system. And you're going to make sure that the defense stays on their heels. It's third down and 5. Here we go.
Here's Strong. Flushed, passes on the move. Corey Horton, who just had that touchdown earlier in this second half. That's the catch, and Strong holding that left rib cage a little bit. Got popping right through this ball, Chafe.
Got some pressure coming inside, but that
Baffley again
gets him to go to Baffley, who's coming late. And the plan by Graham works. Let's face it, 34-17. We were wondering about getting the possession back, 3 and out. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better defensive possession from this Hawaii defense.
Diaz will punt to Edwards here. Much needed stop. The left is moved. Airborne. Edwards lets that one drop behind him. Looking for the fair catch, but it drifted over his head. Takes a good Wolfpack roll inside the 20.
Critical mistake.
Agreed.
He just gave up about 14 yards. And Diaz right now, he's saying, I'm doing my job. And it's like, we bet, yes, you are.
34-17, about a lead. Fourth quarter here in Reno. Time now for a Nissan Heisman watch. Bryce Young, Alabama wins. Kenneth Walker, the third, Michigan State still undefeated.
They're still undefeated, but today got shut down. That was a little bit of a disappointment for him individually. Certainly, they're still on a good path. But Kenny Pickett, I think he's just been tremendous this year. In the ACC, you got a 21-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio and a 28-7 victory over Virginia Tech today. Pickett certainly is a guy flying under the radar for me.
Pickett 203 passing yards today, 2 touchdowns for Pitt. Turner the touch on first down. Hawaii takes over after the 60-yard punt from Diaz. We were talking about how big a play that was, that True Edwards didn't field the punt. Cost him 12 yards of field position.
Yeah, they kind of negates what would have been a pretty good first down play. You just saw him get into the flats and pick up about 5. Let's say you're up another 12 yards. Now you're at the 42 or 43-yard line. Now those special teams errors, you don't think about them until you see where you're at on the field.
Turner gets the touch on the end around again. Thumped by Deion Henley. Good pursuit, Zach Mahana. The redshirt senior from here in Reno. No game this time. Mahana wants to go into officer training for U.S. Navy after graduation. We appreciate that.
But the way he plays, I think he'll be
a great leader.
Yeah, he'll be more than serviceable. But third down, it's a big crossing route from this type of formation for them. Let's see if they go to the crossing routes right now.
Shager and the offense need this one. Here comes the pressure. Shager releases that one. A catch for Edwards. He's buried shy of a yard to gain. He needs a 27 for a first down.
Well, man, I'll tell you one thing. Mikael Bradford's been watching film because he said, I know the crossing route's coming. And that's what they like about him. Former starter who understands what's coming. Listen, I'm talking about a crossing route. He saw it and broke on it and stopped them, and now they got a punt.
Film study, Chip.
Yeah,
film study.
Bradford film study, and it results in a stop, a key stop on third down.
No pressure this time. Chip had one block by Cole Turner earlier tonight. Mario Dubs watches that ball take a skip out of bounds. Shager, the offense, struggling. Strong, and Nevada not struggling. Up 34-17 in the fourth. All right, Corey, let's focus. Sonic QB comparison, the true freshman and Carson Strong head-to-head tonight.
I don't think it's fair to compare it to, I mean, Strong is a polished quarterback. Shager has got a lot of arm talent. The coaches love what he can be, and I think he's got a lot of confidence, really. I don't think this performance is indicative of the confidence that he really possesses. But tonight, Strong has had most of the answers. A couple of misses, but typically when you watch a Carson Strong-led game, he has most of the answers to the test.
Here's first down. Devontae Lee off left tackle with a flag down. Haven't seen a lot of penalty flags tonight. Into a wall of white jerseys and is sent backwards.
Does anybody play harder than Aaron Frost? I mean, this kid's finishing everything. I bet you if they race to get something to eat, he's going to win that too. He is something else, man. He's a finisher.
Holding, offense number 31. 10-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot. Second down.
Now, I got a story behind this one.
Okay.
I cut you off. I got you.
Go ahead. Reagan Roberson.
Correction. First down.
You called the game-winning touchdown that he had back in the Arizona Bowl. He's been around that long. You called the game-winning touchdown from Roberson in 2007. And it's a really good football player. Still an integral part of what this team does on offense.
They call him Robo. Does it all.
But that was pretty good.
Oh, we had a great game. It was a great broadcast.
Man,
Fun to watch that.
He had a good game, too. Good season.
Down. Repeated after the holding penalty against the Nevada tight end. Strong. Turner has the grab. Cole Turner keeps on trucking. Eugene Ford trying to bring him down. It's not easy to do it. 6'6". Does make the tackle. Big pickup, Nevada. Gain of 24, first down.
And that's the off-platform throw we've been waiting on. He rolled it to his right, and watch the juice. Puts it right on the money. And you've seen that from him rolling left or right.
Huge game from Turner continues. Devontae Lee carries, gets to the 49. About negligible gain on first down.
Watching Carson Strong throw the football, every week he's going to give you at least 3 to 6 highlight film type throws. And anytime you've got a quarterback like that, it expands the field, both horizontally and vertically.
See the numbers for Turner there? 12 for 175, a career night. Remember, Elijah Cooks is out for the year with the foot fracture suffered against Kansas State. Nevada's lone loss, another weapon. Got a lot. Lockhart's got this catch. Leans forward about a yard shy for Justin Lockhart. And the Nevada offense in plus territory here.
He's coming on, Lockhart. He's had some stuff going on. There's a shot, I believe, of
Dede Hunter
on the sidelines, but Lockhart's coming on. You talked about Turner with 175 yards. I'm more impressed with the block punt he had earlier.
Very athletic play.
Yes, it was.
And that's going to be on his reel. Going to NFL scouts to be sure. Toa, strong run, powerful. As he runs right through Hawaii tacklers for another Nevada first down. Gain of 6.
And he ended up getting a pretty good block that time by, I think that was Drew Gannon, who comes in the game, and Drew Cannon.
Towel, 124 yards, couple touchdowns. That big win on the blue against Boise State. Set up and blown up. Stovall had a little trouble on the ball intended there. Frazier made a great play for Dubs. Coming up next, catch up with our crew in studio as they highlight today's action from around the nation. Watch Inside College Football on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Late night, another cup of coffee. 1:35 a.m. Brent and the gang in New York.
I wonder if they having some coffee.
They better be. We are, that's for sure. Calls all the defensive signals for Hawaii. Melquan Stovall has this catch. Tough to tackle, so elusive. Davis got there for the play defensively. Cortez, the corner, transfer from Chattanooga, the FCS. Level gain of 6.
And they finally got their hands around Stovall, who's been tough to get a grasp on most of the night. And again, you can see even late in the game, Strong continuing to check with his offensive line and wide receivers.
On third down, Strong. Lockhart had it and then dropped it. It's incomplete on the slant. Quentin Frazier on coverage for Hawaii. That was absolutely a catchable ball. And here's my question about Strong. All right, we're going to see the replay, but I want to ask you about how demonstrative he is. He gets upset when his receivers drop balls. Now, it's quite possible he'll be in the NFL next year. Can you do that with pros?
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Now, I mean,
exactly.
especially if you're a rookie, you're not going to come in and be doing any of that at all. So I think you made an excellent point at the beginning of the week. I think they like that emotion. I don't necessarily think that that's something that he has to have a special relationship with his receivers to do that.
Talton tries from 47. Not his night. That's way wide left and no good. A rarity to see him miss not one but two in a game. He had 10 on the year entering play tonight after hitting 2 last week against the Aggies of New Mexico State. Timeout in Reno.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. What's your beef? By delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. And by Coyote Tractor.
But celebrate tonight. Homecoming at Mackey Stadium on the Nevada campus. Nevada picked to win the Mountain West Division. Hawaii picked 5th of 6 teams in the preseason poll. So some pressure on the Wolfpack. Carson Strong could be his last year. Possible NFL first rounder next season. We'll see. Adrian Parson carries on first down, and they'll lose a couple on the first down run for Hawaii. 212 rushing yards in the game tonight for the Rainbow Warriors. Most of that, though, came from Dede Hunter. Ran for 174, 2 touchdowns, 2 long touchdown runs in the first half. The only 2 TDs of the game for Braden Shager, freshman quarterback from the Dallas area. He's got the catch. 6'6". His best play of the night. And now,
You got to try to find out what the identity will be if Hunter is not available for the next week. So this is as much about kind of getting an opportunity to maybe finish out this game. And when you say finish out this game, there's a lot of time left. Are you going to, if you really competitively push the football down the field at some point?
here's Person. Does have enough for the first down. Don Peterson, like he shot out of a cannon. Wow, what a play that was. He told us this week, huge Aaron Donald fan.
And he looked the part sometimes against Boise State. You can see him retrace his steps. That's the defensive end in his background, that ability to retrace those steps.
First down. Shager intercepted again. Deion Henley again. Another pick for Nevada. Make it 4 in the game. Deion Henley's got a pair of picks tonight for the Wolfpack.
And Henley, he's a former receiver, defensive back. You can see the ball skills, but one of the things that he knows going into the game is that he can go up and get it at any moment.
Tonight's player of the game brought to you by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. It's Cole Turner Chavy's done it all, including blocking a punt for Nevada tonight.
He's had some physicality to his game. He's shown the dexterity to make the catches, even if it's slightly behind. This time he runs the out route fluently and gets down low to make a catch. And this time against zone coverage, finding the soft spot for his quarterback. This has been an outstanding performance from a player who's really been on the rise the last 2 years.
But after Henley's second interception, 4. Well, Deion Henley dropped a sure thing pick against Kansas State.
He sure
in the
did.
lone loss they had this year. He felt bad. He talked about it after the game how badly he felt. That was a 1-score game in the 4th quarter, by the way, before K-State pulled away. Run there for Toa. But no drops tonight.
Yeah.
Similar play, really, for each in terms of the route and the read from Henley.
And thinking you can get it over the top of him. And again, we mentioned that background of being another position, moving to linebacker. So you bring the athleticism of being a defensive back, a wide receiver, whatever it might be, to that linebacker room. And I think that's what they kind of been waiting on. He said the game was slowing down for him. Tonight it was a still pitcher.
That's for sure. 5th in the Mountain West tackles per game, 9.4 entering play tonight. He's probably considered Mountain West Defensive Player of the Week with the 2 picks. Horton intended receiver on the sideline route. Davis in coverage, flag flies. Let's see if we got pass interference against the Hawaii defensive back here.
Like Davis, but tonight has been rough. They've gone at him, they've attacked him, and Strong specifically has singled him out in man coverage.
And that Cameron Lockridge is still
Pass
out.
interference, defense, number 18, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Davis had a big interception against Jake Hainer at the end of that Fresno State win to clinch it for Hawaii. But Lockridge still out, Che, with an MCL sprain. Not sure when he's going to come back.
And he also had a breakup. You're referencing Davis. He had a breakup to stop a touchdown in the back of the end zone in that Fresno game. And he's made plenty of plays over the course of his career. This game won't affect him. He's a confident player. He'll bounce back. But tonight he's had some calls go against him. That shouldn't stop a collegiate corner from continuing to compete.
To Devontae Lee. And Strong looking for his roommate. Not this time with Cole Turner as he tries to connect again. Quentin Frazier on coverage for Hawaii. And Day-Day Hunter. It's tough. They'll hop on a charter plane, go right back to Oahu tonight. 5,000 miles. And this game is over. And a tough night for Day-Day after that extraordinary start.
They're up by 17. They're still throwing the football down the field. I think that says something about what this game means to both coaches. It was a pretty close game last year in terms of the competitiveness. They're trying to make a statement. They're attacking Hawaii.
Cart has the catch. Corey Bethley has him tackle for Hawaii. Elijah Cook's out for the year. We asked Jay Norvell this week, will Cooks consider another season? He missed all but one game last year. Confetti's coming down. So, let's celebrate tonight.
I don't think Nevada's celebrating at all. In fact, I think they've got the pedal to the metal. And if you're Graham, Todd Graham on the other side, do you again pressure? You want to keep throwing? I'm going to bring some pressure against the quarterback if you're going to keep throwing the football.
Here comes that pressure right on cue. Strong, stole ball, tied up. Bethley. Fans who are still here at Mackey Stadium want a pass interference call, but no flag this time. Jay Norvell is apoplectic on the Nevada sideline. He
I
is
like it.
Extremely, one of my favorite words,
yes.
Upset on the no call there.
And they're steady bringing the pressure. Strong again correctly finds the one-on-one matchup. Incidental contact. I think they both tripped over. Now, if it's 4th down and you throw again, I'd hate to see the team be up on you by 17 in the 4th quarter a year or two from now, because they're making a lot of statements with their attacks here in the 4th quarter, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And Jay Norvell's still hot about it. Look at him. He's still hot.
I mean, to me, looking at his reaction on the sidelines, you got to be thinking that this score right now is 17 all. He by no means is this 34-17.
Remember the Kansas State game? Went ballistic. We had a yard sale. The headsets, battery packs, everything was flying. Upset at a no call in that game. He felt that the officiating crew was missing a lot of heavy hits on his quarterback, Carson Strong.
I tell you what, when you work out as much as he does, you better have some energy on the sidelines. He's living up to the billing. But I think it says something about the amount of respect both coaches have for one another, that you're still going after him in terms of attacking the other team, even up by 17. And Todd Graham, he knows it. Hey, listen, they're going to keep coming. Well, we got to come. And so it's pretty interesting to see these two go back and forth. That extensive coaching familiarity with one another on each other's staffs.
Yep, timeout here called. And then Todd Graham sets his defense. They're going for a 4th and 5. And Jay Norvell was an assistant on Todd Graham's staff at Arizona State for 1 year. They know each other well. 4th down. Hawaii shows some pressure here.
They're going to be blitzing him on this down, I believe. They're going to bring some pressure.
Bethley pressure off the edge. And they are going to get to Strong this time. The ball comes out at the end of the play. It's still loose. Nevada able to recover. Then a flag comes in as well.
And I think that's going to be
Darius
on Nevada.
Lewis out with a huge hit on Strong, and all sorts of players having trouble getting up here, including center Tyler Orsini.
Let's digest this for a second, though. You're up by 17. It's 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. They have 3 timeouts. You're throwing the ball on 4th down. They sack you and get the ball back with the 3 timeouts. You got to wonder a little bit, is the emotions, you were talking about him on the sidelines, are the emotions of the game kind of controlling your decision-making right now?
Let's sort all this out. There's a flag down. The ball was out. It was on 4th down.
The ruling on the field is that the quarter progress was stopped prior to the ball coming loose.
Okay.
It would be 1st down, Hawaii. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 65, Nevada. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced. It'll be 1st down, Hawaii.
The guy you talked about all night, Aaron Frost, had a huge game for Nevada. A little too aggressive this time, though, at the end of the play.
In this area, you're going to watch
That's the first unsportsmanlike
Frost. I
conduct.
think he's
foul on
right
number
here.
65.
You can see what he does with the foot. Watch this foot.
Oh,
yeah.
that's terrible.
That's
that's just terrible.
Now, you're talking about a wrestling move. Right? That's a knee lift. I know we got some wrestling fans down in the truck. He could have got it on with the Briscoe brothers with that knee lift.
Look, great player. That's terrible. You can't do that. That is very, very dangerous.
I mean, it's not only the whole entire sequence was bad, Dave, in terms of even going for it on 4th down, to me.
Carson feature back. White takes over on downs. Dieter Carson. Check down screen. Makes a nice move. A cut. Makes a tackle or miss in space. Picks up some good real estate for Hawaii here with just over 5 to go in the 4th quarter.
And sometimes I wish that the players could see that for Hawaii, because that would bring up even another gear of emotion if you see that the guy just knee lifted maybe your team captain type player, Bethley, in between plays. That would get me a little bit mad as a player.
Second down. Incomplete on that pass. Catch up with that ball. A little behind him that time from Braden Shager.
You saw Gene Pryor after the play. He's running after the ball. Nobody else has the same sense of urgency. Pryor is senior leader, number 74, but Shager has to have more of a. I know he's throwing 4 interceptions. I understand you're not feeling good, but right now is where you have to think. If you're going to be a quarterback at Hawaii, then it's only 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go. You got 2 downs to get a 1st down.
Here's Shager on 3rd down. That ball batted down. Sam Hammond got the pop. And the rejection.
And Hammond's not going to ever stop. He gets inside, long arms, Manning, and gets his hands up, and that's just what he does. You know, I mean, you've seen it over and over. You saw it against Cal. You can see it in any game you watch with Hammond. He plays so hard, and you have to like his effort. But now, 4th down, if you're Shager, you got to kind of lock back in and get meticulous and try to find maybe 7 Turner in the slot.
4th down. Shager and Hawaii really need this one. Here comes some pressure. Deep downfield, looking for Smart, and it's incomplete. Shager got hit as he threw it. Looking there for Jared Smart.
Yeah, I didn't like that possession. I thought that was a possession they kind of wasted an opportunity for Shager to get better if he has to remain the starter. And now you're seeing Nichols come in and say, if you don't want it, we'll let you know we do. And he finishes him off, but Shager's had a rough night. And that's all about learning. He had a really good performance 2 weeks ago.
Since the game was tied 17 apiece, Dede Hunter had the 2 touchdown runs. Wow. 4 picks, 1 punt blocked. It's been a nightmare for Braden Shager. 160 passing yards, but the 4 interceptions, sacked a couple times. Harassed by players like Tristan Nichols we saw a moment ago. That hurts.
Opportunity there with 3 timeouts, and you get the ball back. That game right there was pretty interesting. Early on, no team could bat an eye. It was 0-0, and then Georgia started being a little bit more efficient on offense. I think Stetson Bennett has done a pretty good job at quarterback for them. JT Daniels been hurt all year, but UConn.
Finally.
Were they going to win a game?
Finally. Congratulations to the Huskies.
Yeah,
It's been
absolutely.
a while. Didn't play last year. Opted out of 2020. Hawkeyes' 12-game win streak is over. Interesting now, the college football playoff poll. The first one coming out soon. So
What do you think on Michigan? What about Michigan?
I like Michigan and Michigan State a lot, actually.
Now, who do
But
you like better?
I like Michigan much better.
Than Michigan
Because
State?
Jim Harbaugh has gone back to the roots of Bo Schembechler in Michigan football to run the rock effectively, play physical downhill defense effectively. It's his best team.
You know, I do agree with you. And I think Corum and Hassan Hankins both are very good running backs. Now, but I will say this. Cornelius Johnson, a budding star at receiver. However, for Michigan State, they've got two receivers in Jaden Reed and Jalen Naylor who are game breakers. And I think that's something that everybody talks about Kenneth Walker. I think their receivers put more fear in defensive coordinators.
Sparty hung on, beat Indiana on the road today by 5. Stay undefeated. Carries. More to go in our fourth quarter here.
Real quiet on the side of Jacob Gardner, number 75. He's been a pretty good player for them at left tackle. His father, Robert, actually played basketball at VMI. And so he's a very good athlete. And he's the guy that I was talking about. I think his uncles are the Briscoe brothers. Great uncles are the Briscoe brothers, the wrestlers. So you know, Gardner, you wouldn't mind putting him in the ring to tussle.
Dubs has the catch. Romeo Dubs, first down for Nevada again.
How much are you going to expose Strong up by 17 with 3 minutes and 34 seconds? Because Graham said, if you're going to expose him, we're going to keep coming. And this is another hit. And that time,
Lewis out again.
Yeah.
It's been all over him.
And that's the thing. When you throw it in the fourth quarter, you're exposing your quarterback. He grabbed his ribs earlier, and give him credit for the toughness. But why not run it here? I know Tower says, I want some more carries.
This week, big Rodgers fan, big Brady fan. Got the number to prove it. Knee injury senior year, Vacaville, California. Not far from the Bay Area in NorCal. Lightly recruited. Only FBS offer here in Nevada. And we talked about, he asked this week, you know, you could have gone to the portal. You're the Mountain West Offensive Player of the Week. He's like, I would never even think about it.
Yeah,
Nevada gave me everything.
Yeah,
they paid for school. They gave me my shot. He's an NFL prospect because of Jay Norvell, Matt Mumme, and the development the coaching staff has been able to produce with Carson Strong. I love that loyalty. That's pretty cool. Hit as he throws this time, though. A lot of pressure again in the fourth quarter. Waiting for a whistle. Hang on a second. Is there a whistle? There's the whistle.
A little late now. You're not going to call the whistle.
Yeah, Isaiah Tufunga was running that upfield, hoping to have a scoop and score.
The field was an incomplete forward pass. The quarterback's hand was moving forward.
Let's see if it is a forward pass. Again, they're bringing it, and that's Laulu, who comes in and says, I want some more. He's working this time against number 67, Gray Davis. He gets inside of him. I'm not sure. He might have got it right before that arm was coming forward. Laulu is steady playing football all night long.
That hurt Strong regardless of the incomplete pass or not. You can tell he was really wincing in pain when he released that football.
2 near fumbles tonight, 0 coming into the game, 4 in each of the last 2 years prior to this season.
Handoff to Vontae Lee. Yeah, not to expose your quarterback at this point. I'm surprised he's still in the game, frankly.
He's been exposed a lot in the fourth
He
quarter.
sure has.
I mean, they've been throwing the ball quite a bit, and I don't know what it's all about.
Hawaii has called their second charge timeout of the half.
Timeout for Hawaii. Jay Norvell and his star QB will
they probably got a lot to
chat
talk
about that. They sure do. Strong has thrown for 395, 2 touchdowns, been sacked 3 times, been harassed and hit a lot more than that.
I think there was something going on in terms of there's a little bit more to this Hawaii-Nevada rivalry than maybe meets the eye, because to have him still going back there throwing and trying to put up more points in the fourth quarter up by 17, I think there's something to this. They're making a statement to Hawaii is my point.
Lost a close game on Oahu last year, blasted into oblivion. 54-3 by Hawaii 2 years ago, when Nick Rolovich was still the head coach for the Rainbow Warriors, now at Washington State. So yeah, some memories, I'm sure. Not so good as Nevada tries to break a 2-game losing streak against Hawaii here tonight. Drew Edwards back to receive the punt from Diaz. Pressure, gets it off. Here's Edwards, makes the fair catch. At the 10-yard line, that's where Hawaii takes over. So Nevada trying for its 3rd straight win. We talked about that. Win at Boise State, and then here at New Mexico State last week on CBS Sports Network, scored 55 on the Aggies. At Fresno State, we'll have them on CBS Sports Network October 29th against the Running Rebels, who lost a close one to Utah State tonight. San Jose State, double overtime to San Diego State, Jay. That was quite a game last night.
I mean, you're rattling off some names, but there's some games. You got Fresno, San Diego State, Air Force, and Colorado State. An improving Colorado State football team, by the way. So this schedule gets no easier down the stretch at all.
Yes. What a conference this year. Jaeger harassed on the move, trying to throw that to Phillips, who elevates and can't make the play.
And I know as a young player, when you've had some struggles, it's tough to keep competing, but this is better. Peterson gets around Manning. What a job he's done at defensive end tonight. Here goes Nichols, and he's just trying to get rid of the football. The confidence kind of just is evaporated from you after you've thrown 3-4 interceptions. It's hard to say, I'm going to fit it down the field and throw another one. You're thinking about it a little bit as a youngster.
Don Peterson still going 100 miles an hour, isn't he? Here's Shager. Pressure again, right on cue. Parsons got it this time on the check down and makes a nice run. Parson, the transfer from Howard.
Well, this is where you find out about your football team. Look at that inside spin move by Peterson. What a shot that was. And then there was a good reaction again by Shaker. You found out more about your football team now. You found out who is not scoreboard watching. That's what you're trying to evaluate now as a coach.
Get a 24 and a first down. Shager, Peterson all over him again. Forces the errant throw in the QBH. We had a nice chat with Dom this week, Jay. So interesting about getting the low down. He's 6 feet, and he told us that a lot of schools came to his high school in Southern California and said, you know what, if you were 2 inches taller, I'd love to have you. And he said it hurt me so badly. He said, I'm a great player at 6 feet, about, what, 270, 280 right now.
Yeah, and I think that the thing that's really helping him out is the change in philosophy from the NFL in terms of getting a shot at least. I'm not talking about 1st and 2nd round draft picks, forget all that. Just getting a shot in the league. He'll get a shot because he's been so productive. I mean, he's probably one of the most productive players in the country in terms of negative plays, creating negative plays. He's got good quickness. He has enough power. The question is going to be the length, but certainly he's going to get an opportunity. He's created that for himself with his playing style.
Catch in the late going for Hawaii. Throws, Phillips has a grab. There's one tackler and gets to about the 49-yard line. Told us this week about leverage and how important it is to be low. And sometimes as a 6-foot defensive tackle, depending where he might end up in the pros, it's hard for offensive linemen to get underneath his pads because he's got leverage, he's lower. It's been great tonight. Jaeger some trouble, and down he goes. Cameron Toomer was there to make sure QB went down along with Amir Johnson in the late going for Nevada.
You don't want to fall away from the pressure. As opposed to falling away, they've got a pocket for you right there. Step up, step up, step up. No, you fall away. And that's where you've got to grow as a quarterback. There was a lane to step in. They've created that umbrella for you to throw it.
After the winner of Fresno 2 weeks ago, Fresno State, and it's going to be a setback for Hawaii tonight on the road after the 5-4 record and a win over Houston in the New Mexico Bowl last season for Todd Graham in year number 1. Coming up, well, the Aggies again, twice in one season to play a non-conference, it's not a bowl game, regular season game with New Mexico State, the independent program.
That's a dangerous game to me because I think New Mexico State has been competitive in a couple of instances, and Jonah Johnson's a pretty good quarterback. Now, again, in these situations, where are you just going to waste another down? I would like to see them at least have him try to push the ball down the field again, even though it's late in the game.
Third and long. Jaeger chased again. Hit as he throws, it's incomplete. And the pressure is too much for the youngster. Jaeger limps a bit on the way back to the Hawaii sideline. Nevada takes over 1st and 10.
Braylon Garcia gets in the game. He says, I want some too. He gets around the edge of Pryor and watch him in pursuit mode. And he trips him up. And I think that's what you got to be able to do if you're going to get some action late in games. I'm going to make sure that I stand out on the film.
Sorry, one step ahead of myself. 4th and 23 here. Jaeger trying to stay on the field for Hawaii in the late going. Nichols all over him. Another sack for Nevada's defense, and now the Wolfpack gets it back. Tristan Nichols. Well, Hank Bachmeyer knows all about him, doesn't he? Boise State. He met him up close and personal in the backfield. A couple spectacular plays on sacks against Boise a couple weeks back. Loss of 11. He's quite a talent.
And listen, I told you, they got Strong coming back out. They're making a statement, and I believe they're going to. Now, I don't know, do you think they're going to throw it again or just a victory formation?
Boy. I hope they don't throw it again. I wouldn't expose Strong anymore if I had to, at all.
The way they were getting excited on the sidelines, I thought they were going to come out in the spread.
Victory formation here with 53 ticks on the board. And a knee for Strong. No timeouts left for Hawaii to stop the clock. And this one will be official in a couple of moments here from Reno on homecoming.
I think these are two good football teams. I think for Hawaii, I think their identity has to shift a little bit more towards the run. If you don't have Hunter, though, who is the guy that can really get open at receiver? You know what I mean? We got Calvin Turner. On the other side with Nevada, it's almost like you got so many weapons. Who do you not throw it to?
All good questions. A tough Mountain West schedule. Answers forthcoming, to be sure. This one will be official in 13 seconds. And Nevada, former coaches together on the Arizona State staff, Todd Graham and Jay Norvell.
That was a quick handshake.
Very quick. Very quick. Nevada's going to move to 5-1, 2-0 in league play. 25th all-time meeting on homecoming goes to the Wolfpack tonight. And Hawaii drops to 3-4 and 1-2 in the Mountain West. 7 in a row here at Mackey Stadium for Nevada. Toa, Chevin Cordero. We'll get a little pick here. That's going to be up on social media. No doubt about that. Only saw Cordero on a pooch punt tonight. That was it for Hawaii. Unable to get back on the field. Hawaii fans hope Chevin Cordero's healthy down the road.
Well, he's a team leader, and I think they know that they need him back. And right now, Nevada's right where they need to be. And they got Fresno. That's going to be a huge game for sole possession of second place or first place, depending on what happens with San Diego State. Hawaii's still in it, but on the other side, again, Colorado State, keep an eye on that football team. They're physical, and I think they've got a little bit more to give. They also have perhaps the best player in the conference in Trey McBride, which a lot of people, you know, he's kind of going under the radar in Air Force. They've had a really good season so far as well.
Nevada picked to win the West. We talked about preseason poll. San Diego State barely stayed undefeated with a second overtime win of the year. They beat Utah in triple overtime at home in Carson. And last night, San Jose State in double overtime in a game that was tied 6-6 after regulation. Wow, what a finish that was. You saw on CBS Sports Network. And Don Peterson, Cole Turner celebrating tonight with huge games each side of the ball. Turner, 12 catches, 175 yards in a winning effort on homecoming.
And I guess it's him versus McBride as to who's the best tight end in the Mountain West. Also got a pretty good tight end at San Jose State, Derek Deese Jr. He's pretty good too. So they've got some tight ends in the Mountain West Conference.
We'll see him on Thursday night on CBS Sports Network, 11 Eastern at UNLV. Short week for me, Chief. Right back out.
Well, that's okay.
West Coast.
You can handle that with the breeze. You got Doc. Doc's going to be there?
Doc Weiner will be there, of
Okay,
course.
cool.
On the other side, Rick Weiner, a great statistician, as always, with us here in Reno. And it's the celebration you want if you're a Nevada Wolfpack player. Day Hunter, now injured after that unbelievable first half, where he ran for 174, 2 touchdowns, 2 long TD sprints against Nevada's defense, but shoulder injury, end of the first half, did not return for Hawai'i.
Well, I'm going to have to give you a call because I'm going to go check out McBride on Friday. They got him up against Logan Bonner.
We'll compare notes.
Yeah, well, I want to see. Let's see who's the best tight end out here in this conference.
Dan Henley in the middle of that. He's got reason to celebrate. It's a cool celebration here. Yeah, they're pumped up. 2 picks for him. They had 4 interceptions tonight. The turnover machine Hawai'i defense was not effective in that department, so the script was flipped in that category this evening. And Don Peterson had himself a game.
He controlled the pace of the game, I felt like, in the 4th quarter. When there were some opportunities, I think, you got 10, 11, 12 minutes to go and you're down 17. That's not insurmountable in college football, but Don Peterson made it.
Cole Turner, roommate Carson Strong, along with the injured Elijah Cooks. These guys are best buddies. And Carson Strong had himself a game. He's joined now by Desmond Field Level.
All right, we appreciate that, Dave. Carson, tonight's matchup against Hawai'i, a very physical matchup. First question, how are you feeling physically?
Oh, I'm feeling great. It's always a tough game going against Hawai'i. We expected a dogfight. We're just happy to come out with the W.
Awesome. Now, you and Cole Turner, you guys connected for 12 receptions, 175 yards. What allowed you two to enjoy so much success tonight?
Cole is just such a hard guy to defend. He's so big, he's so fast, he's physical, and he's got great hands. And I missed him on a few more. He could have had a few more touchdowns and big plays. So he's a great player for us.
And finally, Carson, you guys defeated a Hawai'i team that's defeated you guys in the previous 2 meetings. They were coming off of an upset victory over Fresno State. What can a win like tonight do for you guys moving forward?
Yeah, winning's always a great thing. Hawai'i, they're a great team. They always play us really tough. Their head coach, he's a great defensive guy. He always schemes us up pretty good. So we just want to come out here and have good tempo, play physical, and do whatever it takes to win the game.
Carson, we appreciate the time. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Hey, Des, thanks so much. Big night for the reigning Offensive Player of the Year in the Mountain West, Carson Strong. Final score 34-17. Nevada beats Hawai'i. For Corey Chavis, Desmond Purnell, and the entire crew, it's Dave Ryan saying so long. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Now, send it back to our New York studio for Inside College Football. Here in Reno on homecoming, Nevada is victorious.